Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
Oh my goodness, the World Cup of Hockey is coming to little old Edmonton. How about that? Are you counting down the days, Jason Milne?
Yes, I am.
It'd be 700 and something.
Something? Well, no. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it should be February of...
Well, 365 times 2 is 730, right?
I think so, yeah.
So are we 30 days out from the Olympic break already?
Almost.
Yeah, I'd be right.
Yeah, February 2028, World Cup of Hockey. So Edmonton gets the 2 semifinals and the championship game.
And 3 round robin, I thought.
No.
Where did I hear that?
I'm not sure where you heard that.
No, I was listening to it on
Where
Hangout.
did you hear that?
Maybe the Hangout misreported it. I knew they got the
Calgary and Prague.
SF and F.
Calgary and Prague will each host 7 games, 6 round robin and 1 elimination game in each market. 2 semifinal games and the championship will be held in Edmonton. It'll feature 17 games over, I don't know if it says how many days. So yes, Edmonton gets 3 games.
I thought you were going to... the semifinals will feature Canada, USA.
Well, we can probably narrow it down already.
Well, we don't know the teams, Reid.
Well, that's true. They have not said which 8 teams are going to be competing.
How can I get excited about something when I don't know the teams?
Hopefully Czechia gets to be in it since there are games in Prague.
I guess you can assume they're in.
We could assume they're in. I would think Sweden and Finland are in. Canada and the United States are in. So then who are the other...
What's that, 5?
Three teams. So is it
3
going to
more
be
teams?
between Switzerland, Germany, Russia? I guess we'll see.
Slovakia.
Switzerland, you say?
I said
You said
Switzerland.
yeah.
Yeah, Switzerland's usually higher up in the rankings.
I guess time will tell.
Time will certainly tell. We'll talk about that today. We have a pretty fun off-topic topic related to the World Cup. Not the World Cup of Hockey. You'll see when we get there. Leon Draisaitl did not practice today for the Edmonton Oilers. Here's head coach Chris Knobloch.
He had his doctor's appointment this morning while we were on the ice. I haven't heard anything since.
Are you prepared to kind of play 2-3 games without him coming up here?
I think there'll be some time without him. Not sure if it's 1, 2, or how long it's going to be. But like I said, I don't have much information right now.
So what do you make of that, Jay? You worried? You think this could be something that takes a while?
No, I'm not worried just because of the immediate reaction by Leon Draisaitl after the hit. Yes, he was laboring something in his lower body, it looked like. So whether something was tweaked, pinched, I'm not sure, but it wasn't like a Radko Gudas special taking out Leon Draisaitl's knee. It was a hit. And so I would imagine most people would agree that it did not look like anything serious.
Wait a minute, you're not saying that Weisblatt specifically targeted a part of Leon's body with the intent of injuring him?
Reid, I might say something controversial, but I want everybody to know that people on the other team that the Oilers are facing would like to hit Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and probably would like to hit them in a manner that causes them to miss games.
Right.
If it's done in a above board manner. That's part of the game. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much you want to... We won't dive into this fully, I guess, right now. But this whole rhetoric that you can't touch Connor or Leon, get out of here. I mean, honestly, this is a contact sport. And here's the other thing. Look what happened after. Okay? Weisblatt was punished for the rest of the game. Ekholm dangled him like a marionette and caused him to take a 2-minute penalty. Jake Wallman blew him up. I mean, yeah, if you want to make things tough for yourself as a player in the NHL, go ahead and take a run at Leon. Not that I'm saying that's a run, but you know what I mean. There's actions and repercussions that happen within the whistle. Good. That's how hockey's played. That's how most contact sports are played. Keep it between the whistles, keep it legal, and you'll find out what happens if you rub shoulders with Leon or Connor.
Right.
But to say they have to react and they have to take exception to this, I'm not sure. I mean, look at what he did. How many penalties after that did he draw?
Well, he got Frederick to toss him around, but then he was pulled out of that scrum in the second period where I thought they could have given 3 or 4 guys penalties, and Wiesblatt was the only one that went to the
because he slashed Ekholm pretty aggressively.
He did, but Ekholm went back at him, and other guys were doing stuff. To me, that was almost the refs saying, like, okay, this is a culmination. I know you're playing hard, but you're also putting your toes over the line, so I'm going to just pull you out of the scrum. Yeah. I thought that was as much as, yes, he did slash Ekholm. By the way, what about when the fight happened? When Podkolzin fought Haig, and Kapanen and the other guy were just standing in front of the benches slashing each other.
Well, hey,
it was such a weird sequence.
I will say this. As a whole, you saw a reaction from the Oilers. You saw physicality from the Oilers. And how that came out of their play, if it's from Ozzy Wiesblatt, good, because they need that. Mm-hmm. That's a style of play that they need to get used to playing on a night in, night out basis. So, I mean, obviously, the biggest concern right now is Leon Draisaitl. What's this look like? I mean, nobody's a doctor here, or nobody knows, nobody's inside the locker room, but did you think that was something that's going to keep him out of the lineup for an extended period of time?
Well, it didn't look like it, but you never know, right? And then apparently, based on what Knobloch said after the game last night, he was cleared to come back. And then he kind of tried it and didn't feel good himself. So that's a little concerning to me.
Well, here's one of these things that maybe if this was a playoff series, Reid, Leon would be on the ice. But because it's not, you'd probably rather give it some time,
right,
so that you're not starting playoffs already nicked up or nicked up even more.
Right. So anyway, we'll talk about the Oilers' win over the Predators. I thought Ingram had another good game. You're going to hear from Chris Knobloch. You're going to hear from Connor McDavid. You'll hear from Jason Dickinson as well. Like I said, we will talk about the World Cup, and we want to get a perspective on this. So Stu Ballantine is going to join us a little bit later on. He is he's with OEG, president and COO of OEG, and he's in charge of Rogers Place and of Ice District. So I want to hear a little bit more about this, because I feel as if finally for Rogers Place.
Yeah.
It's built, and it's like, well, we'll get Stu's perspective on this as well, because I'm kind of summarizing and going off memory of other things I've heard in other interviews I did, but it was kind of like, so it's built, opens in the fall of 16. Well, we don't want to necessarily apply for a draft or a all-star game until Ice District is done. Obviously, COVID delays some things, and now there is a district around there. So what, the building's going to be 12 years old? Calgary's will be less than 1. But by the time it's getting some pretty big games, I guess Edmonton's getting the final, which is pretty huge.
Well, and that is a big part of it, because now for games of that magnitude that there is an area, a spillover.
Right.
Like we've seen here in the playoffs, where mass crowds can congregate, watch games. I'm not sure if they're going to have that indoor-outdoor facility, kind of where the Baccarat Casino used to be. If that's going to be ready by then.
Yeah, that's called what do they call that? The Fan Park. And then the one that's the Moss Pit, the official name is the Plaza, right? But it's going to be February.
But that other one is indoor-outdoor, I believe.
I guess they could put up that big tent there, yeah. Or you could cover anything if you wanted to, I suppose.
But I saw, I think Calgary's a little miffed that maybe they weren't chosen with their big, shiny new arena.
Well, they're going to get 7 games.
Sure, in the middle of nowhere. Have you been to Stampede Park?
It's been a while. But
talk about Ice District and having amenities like outside the door of Rogers.
Right.
That's not necessarily the case.
Is that where's the new rink going, though?
Stampede Grounds.
Oh, okay.
You know what, Reid? But I believe it's straight north of where the Saddle Dome currently sits. There's a massive
So
parking
I don't know
area there.
Calgary very well. I'm not
Yeah.
there often, and I don't commit it to memory.
I'll just put it to you this way. It's not what the Ice District has become.
Okay. All right. Boy, we're on the ocean fronts, Matt. I don't even know if we should read that in the nasty chat.
What, that Calgary can go to hell with their stupid new arena? That's aggressive.
That's hopefully Ronnie's trying to make us laugh a little bit.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so
not a Calgary fan.
It's okay for other hockey teams to get new arenas. So it's okay.
So apparently that arena is built, like dug in. Speaking of digging in.
Connor's leading the...
But you walk in and you're on concourse level. And the lower bowl is down.
Well, Edmonton's like that.
No.
Well, you got to walk in, go up,
You
and
go
then,
up,
and then you're on concourse level.
So it'd be like you're walking in and boom. You don't have to go up through Ford Hall.
Oh, so the rink is... all right.
Concourse is ground level. And then it's
The concourse
dug
is
down.
ground level. All right.
Apparently.
Interesting.
Make it look rather short from the outside.
Are they going to do a crazy roof? A saddle roof?
No, I believe that roof has been the bane of Calgary's
Didn't that
concert
hurt them
existence
getting concerts
for
and
a
stuff
long
because of the
time.
shape of the roof?
Yeah, because they couldn't set up proper speaker setups.
Oh, right. All right. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Check out the River Cree mobile app. It's free to download. Get exclusive offers and promotions. Get show tickets. Make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It's safe, secure, and easy to use. And you can check out everything else going on at River Cree, all the shows coming up and everything, rivercreeresort.com. You can listen to us, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, great audio streaming apps. At some point, you maybe will have to let somebody else know where they can listen to us or how to use those apps on their phones. They're quite simple, but some people aren't there yet. So you may have to help us out. If you're on YouTube, that's awesome. The channel, of course, is Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you can chat with us and with everybody else in the nasty chat that's off and running on YouTube. And give us the thumbs up if you haven't already.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Yes, we endeavor to get to at least 100 thumbs every show. We've had a pretty good streak of doing that, so give us the thumbs up. And then click the share button.
Do you believe in life after love?
And send the show link off to somebody else and get them involved in our great community. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com or jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can send us in whatever you like, really, but we've been getting a lot of limericks, and we love giving themes. So the theme today will be unlikely hockey playing countries. That's how countries. So I want a limerick about the World Cup of hockey and the sport of hockey, but using countries that won't be in the World Cup of hockey. That'll be fun.
Give an example of a country.
So
like
Botswana.
Right.
So
Chile.
You know, I knew a young lady named Alana.
Mm-hmm.
We went on a trip to Botswana. There was no hockey, and she lost her sake. And now she says, I wish we went to Ghana.
Very good.
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Something like that.
Very good.
That was a limerick on the fly. Sometimes I do those as well. Limerick on the spot.
And you decided to give yourself a tricky nation.
Botswana. I don't know why Botswana came to mind. I'm not even sure where
But
Botswana
to come up and
is.
rhyme it with Ghana, that's legendary
Well,
stuff.
that's another country. So there, I worked in 2 countries. Apparently a fictional woman I travel with named Alana. It's ALAWNA. So it's,
Alana.
not Alana, Alana.
Like LaFonda.
Yeah, well, her parents own a
lawn care company.
company.
Alana.
Well, I was going to say, not groundskeeping.
Groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah, that was her dad.
What do you call that? What's that company called?
I guess groundskeeping, lawn care. There's something else. Oh, landscaping. That's what I'm thinking of. Landscaping. Yeah, her parents own a landscape
That was the first
company.
business I ever opened.
Really?
With my buddy Jay. That was his name too. We shared the same name.
So what'd you call the company?
J&J's Lawn Salon.
And what did you? Oh, that's a really good title.
And we put up flyers on our mailbox in our subdivision.
How old were you?
12?
Oh, this was pre-university
10?
even.
Yes.
This wasn't a leading into the furniture store.
No. This was during the summer when people would leave, go on holidays. We would feed and water their animals, dogs, cats.
Right.
And if they needed their lawn cut, we would gladly do that as an extra service as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, actually, the dogs and
So it was
cats.
a summer gig.
Yeah,
Now,
lawn
do you have
salon.
to register your company or is you were pay
Oh,
taxes?
no, Reid, this was cash only.
This was cash only.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Cash or gift certificates.
Yeah.
Yeah, gift cards. Whatever. We just wanted to
You just wanted to do
get
some
paid,
good work.
baby.
Right. All right. We better do the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. How about Matty Savoie bagging the game winner against the Toothy Twangers? Hey, Jason Milne, is that a local boy ready to break out in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Big shindig down in La La Land last night. Michael B. Jordan grabbed Best Actor. Dustin Nielsen thinks LeBron should have won. One battle after another won Best Picture. One battle after another. Sounds like my brother-in-law trying to get comped at the casino. I'm Chet Palmer.
Wow, very Oscar heavy, that's good. That's good. I do agree with Chet that Dustin probably thinks LeBron should have won an Oscar. He's a great actor.
As soon as he saw Michael Jordan won an Oscar, he's like, no.
Right.
I don't know if he realizes it's not the same Michael Jordan.
He probably doesn't.
No, he just
can't
thinks
see
that
through
LeBron should have won.
Well, I mean, we've seen like LeBron's got great acting chops. I mean, the way he dramatically falls to the floor, and he's hardly even touched, but he really his
It's a form of acting.
his acting really comes through. Yeah, how about Matty Savoie?
Played well.
I believe this is the first time we've heard Matty Savoie.
I can't remember.
I think he was the it boy for a while.
Yeah,
wasn't
there's
he?
been a few it boys.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
a local boy ready to break out in your pocket. Okay, Chet. Did you watch the Oscars, Reid?
I watched the Oscars, not live. I watched the Oscars, so I taped the Oscars, and I watched them after I got home. So I got home, did my hit with Tom, and then, poured a pint and had a snack and watched the Oscars. But I did not watch the entire program. I watched it in it was over an hour, but I skipped to the parts I wanted to watch. So to me, I want to watch the host, how he does the monologue. I think Conan O'Brien's a funny guy. I thought he had some very good jokes. And then I watched the awards that I wanted to see. So I just kind of kept skipping along. So I didn't watch the musical
That's
stuff.
probably the best way to watch it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, because you skip the
saw what I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously you're going through the commercials. But whenever Conan was on, I wanted to see what he did.
Okay.
You know, I'd like to see how they handle because they script jokes and they also do off the cuff stuff based on things that have happened throughout the course of the sermon. I think because I didn't see it, but I think they actually lowered because the mics came up out of the ground. I think they actually lowered the mic on a guy who was speaking too long because I stopped it when Conan, he was like, whoa. He's like, that's pretty harsh. You just lower the microphone on the guy. He had some, I know I won't go through with everything, but I shared a couple of his best lines.
Right.
He made fun of the Netflix guy, the president or owner or whatever of Netflix being there and being shocked that people were gathering. Like, why aren't you? And he pretended he was like petting the white cat from James Bond. And like, why aren't you at home alone watching this? I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But we'll talk a little bit about it a little bit later. I know you're not that into it.
Will we? We will.
Well, Coob's got some stuff ready.
You watch the Oscars.
Coob's got some. Coob is hurt. Coob is.
You are.
He's personally
Nobody
offended.
hurts baby boy.
Yeah. I was. There were some surprising things that came out. Some nominations that may have not went the full way for a specific movie, but we'll get more into it later.
He has a favorite.
watch.
He has a favorite that he thought should have done better.
I'm a bit surprised it didn't pull through.
I'm a bit surprised that you follow.
I'm surprised you're surprised, but we'll get to that.
That's my surprise.
Based on some of the things we were talking about, but it's okay. Well, I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah,
'Cause I challenge you to develop your thoughts, and you're going to do it for Fired Up.
Yes.
Now that
And
doesn't
you
mean
guys will get learned.
Jay and I won't still be
berate me
surprised. We're not going to
pick at
berate
me.
you, but
Yeah.
we might be like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, I will not berate because
I'll question, but depending on his evidence.
Okay.
Depending on his evidence.
Actually, I would be a good person to do this on to see if you're right or on the wrong side because I'm indifferent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I have a slight idea what he's talking about.
Okay.
But I don't know where he's going to take it. Crepe in the nasty chat says terrible sets that bar low. I don't know when that came in. So that there could be a lot of things he could be referred to.
Oh, yes, with our show.
Yeah, you got to be special. Like if you're going to write in and say terrible sets the bar low, and we don't see exactly when you posted, we have to know what you're referring to.
Yeah, what's that in reference to?
Terrible sets that bar low. I can think of a dozen things in the last 20 minutes I could refer to.
I don't think he's talking about your limerick.
No, that'd be in the running, I think.
But how could you say a limerick about Botswana?
Well, I guess maybe Crepe didn't like it. But yeah, it could be anything. You got to be more specific.
Was your song?
Was your song?
What song?
Oh, maybe the click song? Probably maybe this.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click?
Which
You
we've
must,
been playing
you must,
every day
you
for
must
a
click.
year.
Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. Now we know.
We'll just ask you to cover your ears. Crepe.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah,
we
that's
got to
fine.
know. We didn't like, or maybe he didn't like the intro song to the show
Or share.
or the Believe clip. That's
Right,
also possible.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So Crepe, I hate to say this, we need you to specify even further.
Cherry's out.
We'll take your criticism. We just want to know. All right, let's get to the off-topic topic. It's presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. What sport or activity needs a World Cup? So we have, obviously, like I think when you say the World Cup, it's assumed you're talking about the soccer World Cup. Good old footy. We have the World Cup of hockey. It's coming to Edmonton. There's the Rugby World Cup. A lot of sports have a World Cup. Doesn't basketball have a World Cup?
Sure.
I guess baseball. Does baseball have a World Cup and a World Baseball Classic? They might. I don't know. But what sport or activity needs a World Cup? And maybe could Edmonton host it as an aside?
Oh, I think Edmonton could host this World Cup.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how you would it be the International Painters World Cup?
What do you mean?
Painting.
Oh, like painting?
Painting.
Painting what?
Walls. Painting pieces of art. Painting canvases.
Could be different categories.
There'd be different categories.
Right, you play down.
So you'd assemble all so you'd have just a generic wall and your homeowner comes in and says, I want it this color with this color trim. Right. Go.
Right.
So you have to paint that. But then the next category is you have to paint an image, like a piece, like a photo.
Right.
And you have to paint it on a canvas.
Oh, I see.
But
Okay.
it'd be the same painter or team of painters.
Okay.
So you'd have your indoor room, your home painters. You'd have your custom painter. You could have and then you'd have to have a graffiti artist.
Yeah.
I mean, you could really open it up with the Painters World Cup.
That's. I did not think you'd say that one. Old Gill Tobogganing World Cup. That could be fun. Edmonton could host that one. Mike, the Michigan fan, golf needs a 4-person Texas Scramble World Cup with PGA players. It'd be still something different. Like if the Ryder Cup is different, this could be much more open. Riding the Pine says badminton because you got to smash that shuttlecock around. It's not bad. Baptized Big Uke. You'd have darts, lawn and pub style darts. Didn't you say something else earlier that involved food that I thought was really good? Did somebody else say it in the bullpen? A pierogi making World Cup.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you say that?
Yeah, I said pierogies.
Oh, pierogies.
Because surely we could host it. But yeah, you'd have making, styles.
Yeah.
You could even have pierogi art,
Yes.
pierogi desserts.
Oh, I guess Vegreville would host it.
It'd have
Or there'd
to.
be a pool in Vegreville.
Yes.
There'd be one in Calgary.
Vegreville, Andrew.
Yeah, Vegreville would get a new arena, or they get a new egg.
Yeah,
They
Vegreville,
get an
Andrew, and Harry Hill. Those are your three.
They'd build a new egg-shaped arena
They'd
in
have to.
Vegreville for
They'd
the
have
tournament, and then it would get to host one of the pools. All right, so that is the off-topic topic for William Huff. What sport or activity needs a World Cup? And if you can give us a detail or something funny, that would be cool as well. All right, Jay's play of the day is coming up. Stu Ballantine from OEG will join us at 4 to talk more about the World Cup of Hockey. Again, in 2028, the semifinals and the final coming to Rogers Place in Edmonton. Evan Dom's going to join us a little bit later on. You're going to hear from Connor McDavid, from Chris Knobloch, from Jason Dickinson as well. Here is Zachary Kubish with a sports update.
Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl missed morning practice with Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch, noting that Draisaitl might miss some time following his early exit last night against the Predators. Knobloch didn't provide a timeline on Draisaitl's return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL has announced the hosting cities for the 2028 World Cup of Hockey. Both Edmonton and Calgary will get some action. Calgary to host 7 games in their new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down at Rogers Place. And on the ice tonight, it's the Flames on the road out in Detroit against the Red Wings. 5 o'clock puck drop. The Kings and Rangers match up at that same time, while Dallas and Utah hit the ice at 6. In football, the Associated Press has reported that the Jets have agreed to trade Justin Fields to the Chiefs. New York will get a 6th-rounder in 2027, taking $7 million of the $10 million guaranteed to Fields next season. To the World Baseball Classic, Italy and Venezuela battle for a spot in tomorrow's final. First pitch just after 6. And there's 8 games in the association, including the Lakers and Rockets, tipping off at 7:30. This sports update is brought to you by Sather Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at satherreidsportmed.ca to book an appointment today. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it. That period plus is the launching point for a good end of the season for Tristan Jarry.
Hire it. Sometimes the best way to get out of a slump for a goaltender is to not be able to have any preparation whatsoever and just be like, where's my helmet? Do I have my glove? Did I tape my stick? And you're just trying to get
2
out
guys
there.
and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Multi-platinum country superstars High Valley return to the River Cree Resort and Casino March 21st. Don't miss High Valley's signature fusion of contemporary country and traditional bluegrass. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers, but really May brings you...
Mom, I'm home from university.
Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Affordable, convenient, and Canadian storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free, plus students save 10% on continued rental. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Let's jump into a limerick, Coop. Oh, sorry. Let's do it. This is from Dave in Section T. Hockey bereft across the Savannah, that is, from Egypt clear to Ghana. No ice to rent. I can't comment. But all the bots wanna.
Jeez.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. So, I believe the current world hockey rankings for men, I just found a page here based on February 2026. United States 1, Canada 2, Switzerland 3, Sweden 4, Czech Republic 5, Finland 6, Germany 7, Slovakia 8. Now, Russia is considered not ranked at the moment. They're considered expelled.
Wait, shouldn't it just be the reverse orders of the finish from the Olympics? Like it is for the top two teams. But why is Finland so far down?
I don't know, because Finland got the men's bronze, right?
Yeah. But aren't they 5th in the world rankings?
They are 6th.
Yeah, how does that make sense? Riddle me that.
Yeah, and it didn't change a lot over the last year or so. Like it has here how they calculate all the points. Now, Switzerland did get 4th, right? No, wait a minute. Who was the men's? No, that was Finland and Czechia, wasn't it? Yeah. Who did we beat in the semi? No, we beat Finland. Sorry. But I've already forgotten what happened in the Olympics. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, but Finland did get 3rd.
Who'd they beat in the bronze medal game?
Man. Switzerland.
It was Switzerland. Well, good for them.
Maybe.
Slovakia. Finland beat Slovakia 6-1. Switzerland lost to Finland in the quarters and overtime. Oh, yeah, right. So, I don't know. And the double IHF website isn't very good. So, all right, but could that just be the teams in the World Cup? U.S., Canada, Switzerland, Sweden, Czech Republic, Finland, Germany, Slovakia. So Denmark doesn't get in, Latvia, Austria, Norway, France, Kazakhstan don't get in. So then if Russia is allowed back in, who would they bump out? Slovakia, based on the current rankings? I guess.
So Canada, Finland, USA, Czechia, Sweden.
Yeah.
You putting Germany in there and Switzerland?
Well, Germany's 7th. Well, Switzerland's 3rd in the rankings, according to this. According to what I'm looking at.
So then there's only one more team remaining. And you're saying who? Slovakia?
Yes.
Yeah, then it would be Slovakia that would come out. Slovakia or Germany.
I guess.
Right?
That'd be tough for Leon. Because I went to the actual IIHF page, and they have the rankings. It says last update May 26th, 2025. Do they only update the rankings once a year? What is this? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that could be the 8 teams. Now, I don't know how they would divide them up into pools, right? Because I assume you'd want Canada and the United States in the same pool.
You can't have Canada and the U.S. in the same pool.
Why not? Well, you're going to send one of the teams over to Prague to play games?
Yeah.
Well, Canada's obviously playing in Calgary.
Canada will play here. USA will get shipped to Prague.
That won't happen. They'll want a Canada-U.S. round-robin game. They don't have to base it on the rankings.
Well, I guess, Reid, hang on. Maybe it's best if they weren't in the same pool. Or they were.
Yes.
Because then it crosses over in playoffs, right?
I think in the semis it would cross over. Not for the quarters. The quarters, it's 3 against 2 staying in the same pool.
Right. Which would be one of either Canada or USA versus
somebody else.
Somebody else.
Or they could play each other.
Probably
again. Who knows?
So that if they're in the same pool, you're right. Then they could end up playing in the final.
They could still wind up playing in the final, yes.
Then that's what would happen.
Right.
It would be Canada, USA.
So you could have the well, we'll see what happens between now and then, but right now it would be the top 2 countries in the rankings in the same pool.
So then you'd have to have 2 lesser opponents if you want to spread it out,
I guess.
So that would be what?
Well, you'd want to have Czechia and the Czech Republic. Well, you could just have Slovakia and Germany here.
Yeah.
For example.
Where would they put Russia? If Russia was
okay, so if Russia, well, I don't know. That's a good point. If Russia's back in.
They'd have to be on the opposite side of the draw than,
I guess,
Canada, US, I would imagine.
I mean, they could do, like Smitty the Welder says, should be 1, 4, 5, 8 in one pool, 2, 3, 6, 7 in the other. It should be, but it won't be. They'll put Canada and the US in the Calgary pool, so they get a round-robin game between those 2 teams. I mean, Czechia has to play in Prague, right? So I would think they would put Sweden and Finland in the same pool, so you get a game between those 2 teams, and then you'll round it out with 2 other remaining teams. But anyway, yeah, we're talking about it, which is good. 780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Our off-topic topic for William Huff is what sport or activity needs a World Cup? Mex says a karaoke World Cup would be something the Philippines could win at.
That would be electric. Philippines,
the karaoke World Cup.
Is that like why are you saying Philippines would just win it?
Is karaoke big in the Filipino community? I don't know. Mex will have to help us out.
I do know that didn't the lead singer from Journey, the new lead singer of Journey, wasn't he found off of like a YouTube video?
Or did he win American Idol?
No, he did not. He's from the Philippines.
Wasn't there a band now?
Arnel Pinea, I believe.
Oh, really?
And they found him. He was a tribute band, a Journey tribute band in the Philippines. Like this guy came from nothing.
Okay.
He lived in a shack. And they saw this video of him on YouTube singing Journey, and they couldn't believe it. So they flew him to the United States, auditioned him in person, and he now tours with the band Journey.
So, okay, but wasn't there a band that got a new singer off of American Idol?
Wasn't it In Excess? Didn't they do that for In Excess?
Oh, was that In Excess?
I believe so. And they did.
And is he still their lead singer?
Probably not. But In Excess did they like some form of making of the band, did they not?
Queen has Adam Lambert as the lead singer who was on American Idol. Is that from Eric? That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Adam Lambert won
American Idol, and then became the lead singer of Queen.
But it wasn't a Queen competition.
Right, okay.
Right. Yeah.
So that is who I'm thinking of. You think I don't know stuff about other things. I don't know anything about these reality shows. Very little. Okay, so there's a Filipino lead singer of
Journey,
who was discovered because he was in a cover band.
Journey cover band.
In Excess had a competition specifically to find a new lead singer.
Mm.
And Adam Lambert won one of these competitions and then became the lead singer of Queen.
Yeah, INXS was Rockstar.
Okay.
And Canadian singer J.D. Fortune won the competition and became the band's new frontman.
So, okay. And who's Clay Aiken?
Clay Aiken won American Idol.
Do you know all the American Idol winners?
I watch American Idol. I love that
Name
show.
all the winners.
Oh, I can't do that.
Okay, Clay Aiken.
Sure.
Trisha Yearwood.
No.
Carrie Underwood.
No, Trisha Yearwood. Put down that.
Clay Aiken.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood. Scotty McCreery. No, I don't know if Scotty McCreery won.
The one that does the talk show now. Since You've Been Gone.
That's Carrie Underwood.
No. Since You've Been Gone.
Oh, right.
What's her name? The brunette.
Right.
I can see her. I saw her perform on Letterman when I saw Letterman live.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. Are those all American Idol or are they The Voice?
Philip Phillips.
What was he on?
American Idol.
Okay. Didn't one of them not win though?
Well, several of them don't win.
But then wasn't it Carrie Underwood? Didn't she not win but then became famous?
No, I think Carrie Underwood
won. I thought there was somebody that was not
I think if you make the top if you make the top 30, I think you're like on a tour of American Idol finalists that go around the country.
Oh, okay.
And I think you make some
and
pretty
then you
good
might
bank.
emerge from that.
Yeah, Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, okay.
Didn't win? I thought she won. Oh, Ruben Studdard.
I know that name.
Yeah, he was good.
Okay. Daughtry? Who's Daughtry?
Daughtry didn't win, but he competed on there. Daughtry is
and now
like a
he's
band.
big? Okay.
Let's see if we can, let's see, there's.
Project Dumpling says, wow, Reid has the voice of an angel. He should sing more. I actually, little known fact, that song Lips of an Angel by Hinder, that's about me.
Is it really? Wow, there's quite a few names on here I don't think you'd know.
Yeah, probably all of them I wouldn't know.
So Kelly Clarkson won season 1.
Okay.
Ruben Studdard, season 2.
Okay.
Fantasia Barrino, season 3.
Oh, wow.
Carrie Underwood, season 4.
So she did win, okay.
Taylor Hicks, season 5. Jordan Sparks, then David Cook, Chris Allen, Lee DeWise. Scotty McCreery did win. Philip Phillips won. And then you would not know any of these people.
Probably not. Well, of the ones you just read?
Well, you'd know 3 of those people.
I think I've heard of Jordan Sparks. That's a woman?
Yes.
Okay. Did she do the Battlefield song? Was that her?
I don't know.
Isn't there a slower song called Battlefield or something like that? I really don't know.
Battlefield, yes. That's one of her songs.
I'm just reaching into the ether now.
Wow.
Yes, these stuff sticks with me. That's why I'm good at the movie trivia.
She won American Idol at age 17.
Oh, wow. That's young, I guess. What were we talking about?
Pooh, got me there.
Mex said that there should be a World Cup of...
You're right.
Mex said there should be a karaoke World Cup.
I would compete
That's
in that.
how we got into this. The off-topic topic, what sport or activity needs a World Cup? So that's where we are, sort of.
Matt Garrison says pothole dodging.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've always thought there should be a World Cup of a forklift operator.
Well, there's got to be a forklift competition somewhere.
I think so, but I want all different I want everybody to gather in one place.
Right.
And they all drive their own souped up forklifts. And you have a freestyle.
Okay.
Where you got to stack pallets eloquently and with rhythmic movement to a song.
Right.
And without taking down all the racking. It'd be held in the warehouse.
And you have to do it to music, did you say?
And you could dance and use your forklift as part of the...
as a dance partner.
Yes.
That's very original. I like that.
I like that too. I think it's got legs.
Leon Draisaitl is out. We don't know for how long. He does have a lower body injury. He was hit by Ozzy Weisblatt last night in the 3-1 win over the Predators. Connor McDavid was asked about that hit.
Yeah, I obviously understand it's not the dirtiest check in the world, but it's just who you hit and the result of it. Unfortunate. I like our top guys. There's going to be a response. Obviously there's been lots of talk about it with Toronto and stuff like that, but every group's different, and we didn't love the fact that he finished the hit so hard on Leo, and obviously Leo didn't feel very good after, so you gotta handle that.
All right. And we'll talk more about that as we move along through the show. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. So St. Patrick's Day tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
You can get lucky at the Canadian Brewhouse this St. Patrick's Day. Enter to win a trip for 2 to Ireland and celebrate with green beer, Guinness, and Jameson shots. Don't miss the party at the Canadian Brewhouse. Stu Ballantine from OEG at the top of the hour to talk about the World Cup of Hockey coming to Edmonton. We'll have Jay's Play of the Day. And right now, the Coob with a sports update.
Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl missed morning practice today, with Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch noting that Draisaitl might miss some time following his early exit against the Predators yesterday. Knobloch did not provide an exact timeline for his return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL, they've announced the hosting cities for the 2026 World Cup of Hockey. Edmonton and Calgary will get some action. Calgary to host 7 games in their new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down from Rogers Place. On the ice tonight, the Flames are on the road against the Red Wings for 5 o'clock puck drop. The Kings and Rangers match up at that same time, while Dallas and Utah battle at 6 o'clock. In football, the Associated Press has reported that the Jets have agreed to trade Justin Fields to the Chiefs. New York will get a 6th-rounder in 2027 in the deal, taking $7 million of the $10 million guaranteed to Fields for next season. To the World Baseball Classic, it's Italy and Venezuela battling for top spot in tomorrow's, not top spot, but a spot perhaps in tomorrow's World Baseball Classic final. First pitch goes just after 6 o'clock, and there's 8 games dotted on the NBA schedule. The Lakers and Rockets tip-off at 7:30. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Jay's Play of the Day up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The oil stream.
So let's start with Savoie. I mean, obviously they love him.
Yep.
I mean, he's defensively responsible. He is extremely aggressive in going after the puck. Like, he is a dog on that thing. Mm-hmm. He's earned the look that he's getting right now because of the trust that he's gained from basically everybody on the team all year. He's one of their best defensive forwards.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Multi-platinum country superstars High Valley return to the River Cree Resort and Casino March 21st. Don't miss High Valley's signature fusion of contemporary country and traditional bluegrass. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Stu Ballantine is going to join us in about 10 or 15 minutes. Of course, he's with OEG. He'll give us some enlightenment on the World Cup of Hockey semifinals and final coming to Edmonton in February of 2028.
So the off-topic topic is what sport or activity needs a World Cup. This is interesting. This came in from an unnamed... Oh, no. It came in from Ian.
Okay.
Ian, I'm going to add your name as a contact for this. So Ian says that there's a North American skills competition for transit operators. This year it's in Salt Lake City in May. No kidding. I Googled it.
Okay.
They call it the American Public Transportation Association, or APTA, International Bus Rodeo.
Oh,
Rodeo.
Oh, the
road.
Very clever.
Yes, this is so. Promotes safety, enhance training, and to test the driver's skills navigating obstacles such as tight turns, alleys, and backing maneuvers.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
this is real. The 2025 champion was Matt Chomjak from the Community Transport in Washington.
Oh, sweet.
That was his second title, Reid.
He's a two-time winner.
This guy is a pro's pro.
Okay, well, this is great because we're going to find out the off-topic topic for William Huff. What sport or activity needs a World Cup? So probably in the process of people making suggestions, we may find out, oh, there already is that. Or something similar to it. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
By the way, if you have us on YouTube this afternoon, you can chat with us and with each other in the nasty chat. Continue to give us the thumbs up if you haven't already. We're already at 61 thumbs. We want to get to at least 100 every show. So if you haven't clicked already, please get in there and click.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And it is presented by Play Alberta, gaming made easy anytime, anywhere. With Play Alberta, you have a full casino experience right at your fingertips. Play from your phone, tablet, or computer whenever works for you. Download the Play Alberta app today and get started. Play smart, play local, and remember to use your game sense.
Okay, so the Utah Mammoth are in Dallas. So, look, Dallas is playing very good hockey. And I'm not so much a believer in, well, they're due for a loss. I think Dallas just is going to continue to roll. 14-0-1, Reid, in their last 15. Not bad. Jason Robertson has had 6 goals in his last 10 games. So I'm going to say a Jason Robertson goal and Dallas to win on the money line. That has been boosted to plus 275. So that play, you need to have it in by 6 because that's when the game starts. So if you want to ride with Jay's play of the day, that's Dallas Stars to win and Jason Robertson 1 goal. Head over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on ESC specials, or download the Play Alberta app and you'll see all the specials across the top. And Reid, as I always say, remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
This is a good one from Rip City Step, a Simpsons quoting World Cup. Ooh, that'd be pretty good. Or situation happens, or maybe you get a name. Okay, episode 4, season 12. You're going to have the quote or something from that episode.
What show would you do best on if you had to do trivia for that show?
Oh, probably Simpsons or X-Files. But Simpsons, the first 9 or 10 seasons for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would do okay.
I'd be pretty good at Entourage.
Fifth Estate.
W5.
A little W5.
Yeah, mine would be Entourage.
Yeah.
I think I'd
Yeah, you were
surprise
telling
people.
me stuff about that show a couple weeks ago. We got talking about it. You knew quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simpsons I would probably do well.
Maybe Sopranos.
Yes, I haven't seen that. But even the other shows I liked, I don't know how well I would remember little details. The thing with The Simpsons is when it was in its prime and it was in university, I saw each episode multiple times.
True.
So it tends to sink in, and we're always talking about it in class and with friends, stuff like that. So that's why The Simpsons would stick with me if I were to do trivia.
I'm now look. I know I recommended Frozen, and that you were not a fan.
Sure did. I was not.
But I still am somewhat shocked that you haven't watched Sopranos.
So am I. But it's a big commitment, right? And when I start something, I want to know that I'm going to finish it. And then I get antsy.
But you
about
have to start
finishing it.
somewhere.
I really do, Jay.
I mean, this is, I think, it's got to be one of the top 5.
Yeah, it'd be
like for sure top 10.
For sure, top 10 shows of all time. I would think by most lists.
And you haven't seen it.
I have not seen The Sopranos.
You've seen The Wire.
I've seen The Wire, which is outstanding. Last season's not as good.
If you like The Wire, I think there is crossover.
Yeah.
To The Sopranos.
I have not seen Succession. And Awanik and I were talking about that today.
I have not either.
I guess in terms of, Awanik and I were also talking about, because a gentleman who did a lot of the episodes of Succession did The Queen's Gambit, now, which is a mini series. I think it's 5 or 6, but that's supposed to be pretty good.
Gambit or Gamut?
Gambit. The Queen's Gambit, not Gamut. Yeah, we learned the difference last week, didn't we? How did Words of the Day go without me? By the way, thanks to Awanik for filling in for me on Friday.
Awanik gave me a word that was just...
I didn't get to see Words of the Day.
I had no idea.
That it was a word?
Both.
I don't know what it was. You could give it to me today.
No, Abutsky has supplied words.
Oh, Abutsky's doing words today.
Yes, he is.
All right. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We got a lot coming up with the Edmonton Oilers. We'll get some comments from after today's practice. We'll look at how the lines looked today without Leon Draisaitl on the ice. And the World Cup of Hockey. Prague's going to host games in 2028. Calgary's going to host games. And Edmonton will get the 2 semifinals and the final. Stu Ballantine from OEG when we get back.
The Lock Shop.
Drager said it on our show this morning, and I'm glad he did. He goes, this has really become a talking point because it's Austin Matthews. He's going to miss the rest of the season, which the Leafs probably are fine with shutting him down anyway. Gudas gets 5 games. Everybody's losing their you-know-what. Now the whole process needs to be reviewed.
I think we're going to see it ramp up a lot more, though. Fighting's back in the NHL. There's a lot more of it right now.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Wholesat, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Edmonton. Be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Leon Draisaitl was absent from Oilers practice today. Head coach Chris Knobloch noting that Draisaitl might miss some time following his early exit against the Predators. Yesterday, Knobloch did not provide a timeline for Draisaitl's return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL has announced the hosting cities for the 2028 World Cup of Hockey. Both Edmonton and Calgary will get some action. Calgary will host 7 games in their new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down from Edmonton. Coming up, LA hits the ice in MSG to face New York. The Bruins dance with the Devils, while Pittsburgh and Colorado clash for the nightcap. 5 games total around the NHL tonight. In football, the Associated Press has reported that the Jets have agreed to trade Justin Fields to the Chiefs. New York will get a 6th-rounder in 2025 in the move. Blue Jays news, Jonathan Clase has been optioned to the AAA Bisons, with Toronto back in action Wednesday against Baltimore. To the World Baseball Classic, Italy and Venezuela battle for his spot in tomorrow's final. First pitch just after 6. Meanwhile, there's 8 games in the NBA, including the Lakers and Rockets, tipping off at 7:30. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, hope you're having a great Monday. Oilers opened up their homestand with a win last night over the Nashville Predators. They will play San Jose tomorrow, so that's another important game for both teams. That's a 7 o'clock game at Rogers Place, so 6 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. It'll be the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by Tom Gazzola. So here's the situation. The Oilers are 3rd in the Pacific Division. They are 2 points behind Anaheim, 1 point behind Vegas. Both those teams have a single game in hand on Edmonton. You got Seattle with 71. They're the 2nd wildcard team. I'll just leave out Utah for the time being because they're in the other division. And San Jose, 1 point out of a playoff spot, and LA a couple of points out. As it's been the case most of the year, the Oilers have played more games than most of the teams around them. Well, the Oilers have played more games than anybody else in the league. A couple other teams are at 68, but every other team is 67, 66, 65. So, great for San Jose to have games in hand, but they got to win those games in hand. Now, playoffs, they're right there. In terms of catching the Oilers, I mean, if Edmonton wins tomorrow in regulation time, 7 points up on San Jose, even with the Sharks having 3 games in hand, that puts a lot of pressure on the Sharks.
Absolutely.
They're probably then looking at a wild card.
Well, and yeah, of the next 3 games, Reid, so you've got San Jose, Florida, Tampa Bay. Tomorrow night's game is, I think, the most important of the remaining games on this homestand.
Right.
4-point game.
Yeah. The Oil Understood. I want to ask you a question. The Oil Understood, by the way, presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. So, all right. We know what this season has been like for the Oilers, right? They've won 3 games in a row just once all season. There have been several occasions where you've thought, okay, yeah, that was pretty good. And then there's some, oh no, that's not very good. We know there's been some struggles with the goals against, with the goaltending, though I think Ingram's goaltending has been at least decent, and we'll talk about that. But I'm sort of at the point now, Jay, I do believe they're going to make the playoffs. I think I believe that most of the year. Okay. I mean, it's still, there's still work to be done, but I think they can make the playoffs. And I think we've seen, okay, they can beat they can go out and beat Nashville like last night. They can play fairly well in St. Louis, and I know they lost the lead, but at least they get a point. For the most part, they can beat or be very competitive with all these other teams that are sort of in this soft middle in the Western Conference. But we saw what happened last week. Okay, good win against Vegas, good win against Colorado. I'll give them credit. Mm-hmm. And then they come out the next day or the next game and aren't very good against Dallas. Jari can't stop anything, and they lose. Okay, you get a point against St. Louis, whatever. You beat Nashville. But what have we seen? Except for the one game, you can't beat the top three teams in the West. Okay, if they win tomorrow, which is possible, Florida. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can look at Florida as the same team that went to this back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals. They're third last in the Eastern Conference. Florida's not going to make the playoffs. They're 11 points out. Beatable team, certainly not as imposing as they have been in recent seasons. But then you have Tampa Bay on Saturday, which is one of the best teams in the NHL. Buffalo's past them. But still, Tampa Bay's points percentage, 646. They got 84 points. If the Oilers win tomorrow and win Thursday, that's already a good homestand.
Sure.
But then what if they don't just lose to Tampa Bay, they lose 7-2? It's another top team, and they go out there and they get throttled. Because that's my concern. That it's great. They can do okay against the average teams. Maybe they can even put something good together against the average or below average teams. But if they're just completely, again and again, outclassed by the top teams in the league. Now, again, I know they did just beat Colorado, but, to me, I'm just going to be saying again, well, they got these flaws that they're not going to be able to overcome if they get into a playoff series against one of these teams.
Well, and what would one of those biggest flaws be? Letting their foot off the gas pedal.
Sure.
I mean, even in St. Louis, they're up 2-0. They lose 3-2 in overtime. There's no way they shouldn't have got both those points and turned that into a really fruitful 4-game road trip.
Right.
So, but is that just the difference with this team? Because, okay, if they win tomorrow, San Jose, massive game, 4-point game.
Yeah.
Take care of business against a team in Florida that, as you stated, is clearly not the same team, but a game the Oilers need to win.
Yes.
And then they let their foot off the gas against a team that is much better than them in the standings. Would you be shocked? Or would you say that's just how this team is
right
now?
Which isn't very promising for the postseason. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, though. This isn't a team that hasn't been to the postseason and hasn't gone through this in the postseason, and quite possibly, has the ability to raise their game or their level to the situation. Maybe right now, if they go into that game and they win against San Jose and Florida,
right,
that is a really good homestand.
Sure. Well, if they went 3-1 on the homestand, that's a good homestand.
Right.
2-1-1 road trip, 3-1 homestand, that'd be a decent stretch of hockey.
So does that game Saturday against Tampa Bay really mean all that much?
Well,
if you've already won
guess,
3?
I guess
that's what I'm saying. It's just not the playoffs, and this team has shown an ability to go flat after periods of positive production and positive outcomes, to lay an egg, so to speak. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think that game tomorrow is the most critical game in this homestand. I mean, that you have to win that game tomorrow, and I think you have to win it in regulation. You can't be splitting points with San Jose, a team that's got 3 games in hand on you.
Well, even if they won it in overtime or a shootout tomorrow, you're up 6 on San Jose, which is pretty good.
A win in regulation is doable.
Now, and you know what? Maybe I'm overly freaking out about that Dallas game. I didn't work the next day, so I didn't talk about it. I know you and I talked on the phone about it. Maybe that was just all Jari. Maybe that's a 2-2 game after 2 if Ingram's in net, and we're talking about it totally different. But
those 5 first period goals that went in, 4 of those are savable.
Well, 3 in the first, but yeah, it was 5-0.
Three of those, 4 of those first 5 goals are savable.
Maybe could have, for sure.
If you save half of those,
then you're not running around trying to get retaliation and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but we want to dive into the goaltending a little bit later on too. Okay, exciting stuff today. World Cup of Hockey, so there will be one in February of 2028. Here's what's going to happen if you missed it. There will be 4 teams playing in a pool in Prague and 4 teams playing in a pool in Calgary. And then they're going to weed that down to 4 semifinalists, and the 2 semifinals and the final will be played right here in Edmonton at Rogers Place. We want to get more details on this. Stu Ballantine, President and CEO with OEG, of course, looking after Rogers Place and Ice District. Stuart, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Oh, I'm doing great. What a great day. Jay, nice to meet you. Reid, good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. I don't know if you've been on this version of my program, so welcome to EST. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Can you, as much as you can anyway, enlighten us on maybe just the whole bid process and what OEG and Edmonton and Alberta had to do in recent weeks to win this bid?
Okay, let's go recent weeks. How about 52 weeks back?
Okay.
Literally a year ago, we sent a letter in saying that we were interested in entering the process. That was just to get everybody in, and then the PA and the league reached out through the World Cup of Hockey group, and it was a full process. There was a letter of intent that you had to go through. Then there was meetings in Toronto to understand the bid. We had to submit the bid in October. And then we were told that we were shortlisted. So we had no idea who we were competing with. So when we were in Toronto, it seems like everybody and their dog was there. So all the different teams. It was over a couple of days. So we saw people in Toronto while we were there. And during this process, we thought, before we went to Toronto, wouldn't it be really cool if Edmonton and Calgary hosted the whole tournament? And we found out that the NHL said, no, we still want to do a part of the tournament in Europe, right, to help grow the game in Europe. So then we started thinking about, okay, what if Edmonton and Calgary hosted the Pool B, which was round robin in the finals for the North American pool. And we got talking about that. We talked with the government partners, and you know what? It was a great deal and a good idea for Alberta. So we teamed up with the Calgary Flames and their organization, and we went to town. We still had to submit bids based on hosting the whole Pool B in your city, but we put a little caveat on the cover letter that we'd be willing to work with Calgary, and Calgary did the same, saying they're willing to work with Edmonton. And boy, the last few weeks, it's been nonstop with just so many details they wanted to confirm.
So I know the announcement was today. When did OEG actually find out that this was happening?
We've known for a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Nobody leaked it. You guys did a good job. That's good. There's always us pesky media guys around the rink looking for information like this. So that's pretty good.
We kept it pretty tight.
So, and then Jay and I were talking about this, and you and I have talked about this, when we're running each other in the rink. So I want to just get my timeline straight and get your perspective on it, because the beauty of having you on is you might be able to say, no, Reid, you're misremembering that. But the rink is built, right? It's exciting. And I remember, interviewing you and Stu McDonald. Okay, all-star game, draft, yada, yada, yada. Well, hold on, Ice District isn't done. Let's finish everything. COVID hits, throws things off. So is this kind of almost like, and I this is going to sound negative, but I don't mean it this way, but is this almost like a bit of a finally moment for people like you at an Ice District and Rogers Place people with an OEG? You know what I mean?
Listen, I've been doing this for years, right? I've done World Juniors. I've done Memorial Cup, Men's Worlds. We did the bubble. We did the World Juniors in a bubble. Hey, listen, we love doing it. Our facility was built 100% to be able to accommodate tournaments of this nature, especially this one, but really around the World Juniors. So, hey, if the building's there for it, and this was, Mr. Cates' vision years ago that we would be able to bring this stuff in. So we're excited, and this one's big. It's, next to the Olympics, this is the best hockey tournament there is in the world.
Stuart, I wanted to ask, you said you were working with the Flames organization, and which is fantastic to do to get this event into Alberta. How was it discussed or decided that Calgary would host the round robin portion and Edmonton would get the 2 semifinal games and the final?
that is a league and PA decision, not ours. Right? They decided the split, but it's based on logistics. We were not going to be able to go back and forth, traveling up and down the highway or flying into the city. So it made sense. We originally had pitched a 6-4, where the elimination game would be in Edmonton, but it didn't make sense that one team would come up, be eliminated, and then have to go back to Calgary potentially to fly out.
Okay, that makes sense. And yes, you answered my question. Like, you're right. I was World Juniors. The bubble was massive. I guess I was focusing on sort of the NHL events, right? Which and people ask about those too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we would love to have an all-star game. It's a different product today than it was when I was younger, but ultimately, hey, we're in here to do events. We were happy to do the outdoor game on the 20th anniversary, and we've done a lot. NHL knows our building as good as we do, and they know what we can produce. And you couple that with a brand new arena in Calgary, it made total sense. And the province of Alberta was so keen on that, and just it made everything started to align. And we said, boy, I think we got a pretty strong bid, and we were told that we were shortlisted. And you know what? We just kept grinding. Every time they asked us a question, we gave them a really good answer.
Yeah. So we don't know the teams yet. That's still TBD.
Yeah, TBD.
TBD on the teams, and then the exact dates and all that kind of stuff. That's still TBD.
Safe to say Canada's probably not in Prague.
Yeah, well, Jay and I were talking that. Well, probably safe to say Czechia will be in Prague. So we can make an educated guess on a couple. Stu, are we missing anything important or anything else you would want fans to know today?
Hey, listen, best on best, coming off the Olympics, coming off the Four Nations championship. Hey, listen, people are going to want to see this hockey. I think we were last month, got to see some of the greatest hockey in history. And Canada's got a bit of a bone to pick with the U.S., and so it's going to make for a great tournament.
Okay, well, this is awesome that it's come to Edmonton. Thanks for enlightening us. Fans are excited. I hope that we don't get to see each other around the rink as much as we used to, so I hope I run into you soon. Thanks for hopping on the show today, Stu.
Sure. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Reid.
Right on. Stu Ballentine with OEG, President and CEO, Rogers Place and Ice District. So there you have it. About a year-long process to get to this point. They had the idea to do it with Calgary, still had to submit individual bids, but they both say, hey, what if we shared this somehow? And then it was the NHLPA ultimately saying Calgary's going to get these pool games and the one quarterfinal. Edmonton gets the semifinals and the final. So, and they said they pitched to host the whole tournament, right? But they wanted something over in Europe, which is going to be in Prague. I've never been to Prague. Everybody says everybody who's gone to Prague loves it. Maybe we'll have to take our show there.
Yeah, we should do a show from Prague.
We should do just one show, just a Tuesday, Sunday. But good to have Stu on. And yes, I mean, Rogers Place has hosted some massive events. The odd thing has been some of them couldn't have fans. I mean, the Stanley Cup was handed out there the first time the Lightning won it. There was the one World Junior Tournament, and then the one in the summer. Remember that? I remember I was working a fringe shift watching the final when Mason McTavish pulled the puck off the goal line and then Johnson scored at the other end.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was maybe it might have been against Finland. So there's been a lot of stuff there. But in terms of sort of with NHL players that people can go to, because people couldn't go to the Stanley Cup final, wasn't that Tampa Bay and Dallas? This is pretty exciting. And this is going to be, I mean, it could be a Canada-U.S. final in little old Edmonton in 2 years. You're going to have McDavid there. You're going to have McCarr there. You're going to have McKinnon there. Is Crosby still going to be there? Who knows? It's going to be a great Canadian team. I think they're going to put Canada and the United States in the same pool to guarantee at least the round-robin game, which would be in Calgary. But then you'll have the semifinal and the final in Edmonton.
Fantastic. Sign me up.
Oh, maybe you'll get a media pass. It's going to be a lot of media here.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I might not get a pass.
I'm sure you will.
I'm going to have to watch from home, watch from Tommy's.
Come on, a guy like you, Reid.
How do you feel? First of all, Rip City says, wait, this is in the middle of the season, not the summer/fall. Cool. Yeah, it's Olympic timing. So there'll be another break in the season.
Well, it's like all-star break-esque, right?
Right.
It's built around in that February.
But it's a best-on-best tournament. We haven't had a World Cup in a while. I mean, when I was a kid, we had the old Canada Cup. That was in August and September. Do you think... So we had the Four Nations face-off last year, which was a tune-up for the Olympics, which was kind of to get everybody excited for the Olympics. Are you fine with the 2-year cycle? Or is that going to be too often to interrupt the NHL season?
Oh, no. I just think that the most forgotten aspect of all this is the good old All-Star game, Reid. I'm kidding. No, who cares about the All-Star game, really? I mean, okay. Like, yeah, give us more of Canada versus. Like, that's
right.
That's what I think the hockey-loving nations want to see, is best on best. Like, I don't want to have to wait 4 years to listen to the USA chanting USA every time Connor McDavid falls on the ice.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Seriously, this USA chant, okay, we get it. Do you realize more than half of your team is from Canada, you dopes?
What do you mean? Of the hockey team?
Yes, in Dallas, they're USA.
Oh, you mean
Trent
the
Frederick was on the
NHL
ice,
teams? Yeah, not the national
Get
team.
out of here.
I know.
What are you doing? Wake up. Anyways, I'm glad it's 2 years to settle it, because then...
And it's awesome. I mean, this could be one of the biggest... could be the biggest international hockey event Rogers Place ever hosts.
Well, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, and that is Russia involved or not? Okay, because if they are, and if somehow, some way, I don't know, they are a part of it, then yeah, you can truly say, at least in hockey, this is best on best. Now, that might not happen,
right?
And it might not happen for good reason, but you're getting closer to a point where you can say, okay, this is not 4 nations. This is the best 8 hockey nations in the world.
Right.
Let's see how it goes. Right? That's what fans want.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, the stuff with Russia has nothing to do with hockey, so we'll see if they might be allowed back into the international competitions by then. Speaking of that USA chanting, I mean, that's one of the, let's face it, is that one of the most obnoxious chants ever? And I was watching golf yesterday, so it's Cam Young against Matthew Fitzpatrick. They were in the second last pairing, but it came down to them because the who was it, Oberg, I can't remember the other guy in the final pairing, were dropped way off. And I mean, Cam Young's playing well. And it's just like, USA, you got to make everything about that. Like, okay, I get it. You're cheering for the guy, but like, he's up against a British guy who's already won a major, by the way. So he's a pretty darn good golfer.
Yeah. Okay. During an event, if you want to USA your socks off, go ahead. But how long are you, like, wait till the Stanley Cup playoffs? Anywhere that Cale Makar and Nathan McKinnon go in a U.S. market is U.S. And it's like, I just think it's so short-sighted to do that in a non-Olympic or non-World Cup of hockey sense, because half the guys on your roster are Canadian,
right?
And you're chanting USA like you're some big bully that's taking advantage of a team that's based in Edmonton. But several of their players are actually American.
Right.
It's lazy. To me, it's lazy.
Yeah.
Like, come up with something else.
Should have been chanting Finland. Their best players are Finnish. From the Dallas Stars, mainly, right?
Yeah. And you know what? Sure. Part of this is sour grapes that USA got the goal.
Oh, sure.
And that's why, okay, back to your original question. No, 2 years is not too soon. I think 2 years, Reid, actually is a sweet spot, because it gives you a bridge in between the Olympics, which that's, I think, the bigger question is, if this World Cup of hockey turns out to be what many are thinking it could be, is what is the biggest, baddest tournament in the world, how soon does the Olympic hockey tournament go away and the NHL solely focus on the World Cup of hockey?
Well, they'll still always have the Olympics.
No, but the NHL runs and controls the World Cup of hockey.
True.
They don't have anything to do with the IOC, and they can't even use...
Well, they're involved. I mean, they got to let their players go.
Oh, yes, but that's about the only involvement they have. They can't even use clips. from the Olympics. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the NHL would love to knock this out of the park.
Yes.
And make this the premier tournament and then not have to send their players to the Olympics. And you know what, Reid? Owners would be on board with that too.
Well, I don't know. I still think the players would want to go to the Olympics. I still think there's something to winning an Olympic medal. It's like I've said this before. Hockey is an international sport, or international hockey is a bit of a paradox. There isn't international hockey. Like I read the list of the teams that are going to be in it. Even when you're down to 7, 8, 9, it's like they don't really have that good of a chance. But when you get to the high end, there's nothing like it. You know, like when we went through the playoffs at the Olympics and that the day of the quarterfinals where 3 of the 4 games went to overtime and then the semis and then the final. And then, you know, the smaller field will make it ultra competitive. I almost wish it could be a full round robin. Like 8 teams, you play 7 games and then have 1 against 4 and 2 against 3 in the semis. That's what the old Canada Cup was, 6 teams. And they had a round robin, so you at least guaranteed every team was getting 5 games as opposed to 3 in this format.
So Prague is 7 hours ahead of us. So does that mean that you would have a game in Prague that starts at, say, 6 o'clock, which would be 11:26 a.m. our time, or 11 a.m.
Yeah, they'd have a
7
o'clock game in Prague, noon here.
Well, no, they'd do a 6 o'clock here, so that it would be prime time in Prague, but the game starts earlier here, and then prime time in North America.
7 p.m. in Prague is noon here, right?
Oh, right. Yes, sorry. But you could have 2 games a day that are both in their time zone.
Oh, sure,
prime time.
Yes.
So you could get through the
Well,
round
and there'd
robin.
probably be an extra day or two for the 2 semifinalists from Prague to come to Edmonton.
Well, they were talking about that on the Hangout, and this actually wouldn't be a bad way of doing it, is maybe starting that portion of the tournament.
I think that's what they've done in the past.
A little earlier, so it takes care of travel days.
Yeah. Mex in the nasty chat says it was hilarious in Dallas when Ritzkovian, who is Canadian, was going at it with Frederick, who's an American, and Dallas is chanting USA. Caster 1990 says the Olympics has more eyeballs and is more prestigious. While Maddie says, pretty sure the point of this is to get enough interest so that by the next CBA, they don't have to include the Olympics. So those are the 2 sides of it, and you and I are on different sides of it kind of too. I don't think the NHL would want to leave the Olympics. I still think there'd be value to them with having their players in the Olympics. And we talked about this after Canada lost the gold medal game. For a lot of people, that is the only hockey game. I'm not talking North America. Like think non-hockey countries, or think people in South Africa or India or whatever. That's maybe the only ice hockey game, as they would call it, that they're going to watch till the next Olympic gold medal game.
Sure.
I don't think those people are going to be engaged with the World Cup of hockey.
But I'm just wondering if the NHL cares about the Olympics.
Yes, I think they care a lot.
I'm not sure they do, because they don't make money off of it. In fact, it probably costs them a ton of money and costs their owners a ton of money.
Yeah, I still think that, well, why did they go back then? I mean, they weren't in 18. They could have said, we're just to hell with it. We're not going to go back. I don't know. I think the NHL wants that stage, personally. And where's the next one? It's not Salt Lake. The one after the next one is in Salt Lake, right? 2030.
France.
Yeah,
the Olympics?
2030, and then I think 2034 is Salt Lake again.
I believe, yeah.
So they're going to want to be in that one.
Grumpy Cat says in the the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Speaking of USA Chance, one of the first nights in Mexico with the Nasties, once karaoke ended, we were sad. Having chatted to some Americans, us and the other Canadians started singing "O Canada." Shook the room. It was awesome. We were fully expecting the 5 to 10 Americans in the bar to start their anthem, which we would have jumped into and sang with them. All they could do was USA, USA, USA. So we shunned them in their lack of any sort of real national pride.
Jeez. That's good. Jay and I are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Make your afternoons better at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. See you at the Canadian Brewhouse. All right, a lot more on the orders. Goaltending, the injury to Leon, how that's going to affect the lineup, all coming up. Here's the Coop.
Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl missed morning practice, with Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch noting that he might miss some time following his early exit against the Predators yesterday. Knobloch did not provide a timeline for Draisaitl's return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL has announced that hosting cities for the 2028 World Cup of Hockey, both Edmonton and Calgary, will get some action. Calgary to host 7 games in their new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down at Rogers Place. Coming up, LA hits the ice in MSG to face off against New York. The Bruins dance with the Devils, while Pittsburgh and Colorado clash for the nightcap. In football, the Associated Press has reported that the Jets have agreed to trade Justin Fields to the Chiefs. New York will get a 6th-rounder in 2027, taking $7 million of the $10 million guaranteed to Fields next season. Blue Jays news: Jonathan Clase has been optioned to the AAA Bisons. The Jays back in action Wednesday against the Orioles. Into the World Baseball Classic, Italy and Venezuela battle for a potential spot in tomorrow's final. First pitch just after 6. Meanwhile, there's 8 games in the association, including the Lakers and Rockets, tipping off at 7:30. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completions, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or find them online at ParamountFlooring.ca. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Pick up.
Patrick speaking.
Hi, Patrick. It's Dustin and Eric from 95.7 Cruise FM and Edmonton Sports Talk. How you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good. We've got some good news for you, buddy.
No way.
You have won the Cruise FM MacMe College Flyaway Ultimate Sports Weekend Edition.
No way.
Yes way.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value, around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. It's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app. your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and of course, sports betting.
Reid, do you know who the favorite right now for the Norris Memorial Trophy, the James Norris Memorial Trophy is?
On good old Play Alberta?
Over at good old PA.
The favorite, I'll say Makar.
Zach Werenski.
Oh, he's moved into the lead, eh?
They were even for a long time. Zach Werenski. That's a real tongue twister. Say
Zach Werenski. You almost have to pause in between the two words.
Zach
Werenski.
Werenski.
Yeah.
Werenski is minus 108. Cale Makar, much easier to say, plus 115. You know who's third?
Well, I'll guess the local guy. Boosh.
The local guy.
Boosh is third. Who else do they have? How many people do they list?
They list 6. Care to guess them?
So Play Alberta's top 6 betting favorites for the Norris Trophy. So the top 3 are Werenski, Makar, and Bouchard.
Correct.
Quinn Hughes.
4th at plus. So he's 20-1, 21-1.
Schaefer? Matthew Schaefer?
No.
He's not listed?
He is not.
Okay. Morrissey?
Incorrect.
Okay.
A Canadian and a Detroit Red Wing.
Cider? And then a Montreal Canadian? Oh, Hudson? Yeah, okay. Are you going to sprinkle?
Well, to be honest, Reid, if you go over to EST Specials, you'll still see the Lock Shop partner parlay.
That was going to be up there for a while.
That Huss and I put together. So it's Celebrini to win the Hart. He's currently 2nd in the ranking.
Okay.
And Werenski to win the Norris. That's plus 660. So we said if the Sharks made the playoffs and the Blue Jackets made the playoffs, this is definitely in play. Both of them are sitting one position outside of a playoff spot right now.
Right. Castor saying Mo Cider is a German. Yeah, I think you meant a Montreal Canadian because you said a Canadian and a Red Wing. Yes, a Montreal Canadian and a Red Wing. I got that because I guessed them. So I must have known.
They must call him.
I know what Jay means.
Mo Apple Cider.
Oh, jeez.
Hey?
780-218-9999 is how you text us. It's the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. They have the Tap 25 happy hour, $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottle and draft, import and domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor. This is available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. You can post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube this afternoon and you haven't already subscribed to AST, please do so. And remember, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, click that thumbs up. We're just 24 thumbs away from our goal of 100, barely halfway through the show. But don't be a pleasure delayer if you haven't clicked. Get in there and click. Buying or selling is presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So the orders are going to be without Draisaitl for a TBD amount of time. The lines today at practice, McDavid with Savoie and Hyman, Dickinson with Nugent Hopkins and Roslovic, Szymanski with Podkolzin and Kapanen, Henrique with Jones and Frederick. Jones didn't play last night because Nuge was able to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Dickinson with Nugent Hopkins and Roslovic. And Dickinson was asked, does your role have to change a little bit if those are your line mates and that's the situation you're in?
I don't think that's how I approach things. I stick to my core. I stick to what I am good at, because if I deviate, then other things suffer. The defensive side of my game suffers, and that's not good for anybody, because I know what my role and my job is supposed to be. So I go and I take care of what I do first. But with that said, I am still going to try to elevate my offensive game more to supplement what's missing, but I'm not going to take chances just because I'm in a higher role and Leon is missing. That's not going to be in my game where I'm going to start making crazy spinorama plays because that's what Leon could do. I'm not going to be that guy. So,
all right. So now he says he's not going to get away from his identity, but he recognizes he may have to try to produce a little more offense in that role. Do you think if Dickinson is on that, if that's the line for a while, and things could change quickly, but Nugent Hopkins, Dickinson, and Roslovic left to right, do you think Dickinson has to think a little more offense, or do you think if he just plays responsibly, it'll come because of the two guys he's with?
Well, I think this is a bit of a microcosm of the entire season for the Oilers. Take care of the defensive side first, which will lead to offense. You're playing with two wingers that are skilled offensively. Nuge is also quite skilled defensively. So take care of that first. Get up, moving north.
Right.
And the offense will happen. I mean, Roslovic's an extremely talented skater, gifted shooter. And then now, like, I think this is, obviously Leon Draisaitl's hurt. That's not a good situation. But the elevation in the lineup for Matt Savoie has allowed for this lineup to happen, which is a good problem for the Oilers to have, that Savoie is playing at that level that they feel comfortable and confident keeping him on that top line.
Right.
That allows for this second line to have some assistance in the form of Nuge as your winger. So no, I don't think he has to do anything outside of his capabilities. Just keep doing what Jason Dickinson has been doing since he got here at Edmonton.
Big loss, though, obviously, without Draisaitl, opportunities for some other players, to at least get more ice time, whether or not they're going to produce a lot of points. The Oilers, I guess you could say the last 5 games has been better, right? They haven't been bleeding as many chances, the Dallas game aside. And I think Ingram's stats are funny, right? Because we were talking today, and you look at his last 9 or 10 games, there's been some tough ones in there. But there's also been some games where I look at the stats and I say to myself, was it actually a tough game? So Nashville, good game. 963 save percentage. St. Louis, he gets the overtime loss. His save percentage is 880, which is below average. He makes 22 saves on 25 shots. If Edmonton wins that one in overtime, then he's over 900. So I know this 880 doesn't look great, but I thought he played well. I realized Edmonton was up 2-0 with 8 minutes left, 7 minutes, whatever it was. But I didn't feel as if he let in a back-breaking goal that spurred St. Louis. I just think St. Louis kept coming. Edmonton couldn't get the third one. And Edmonton, how close was that one in overtime? Goes off, Hofer's skate and then the goalpost?
Yeah.
Close call, didn't go their way.
Has he let in a back-breaking goal yet?
Well, here's the thing. I'm looking back. Colorado, they win 4-3. His save percentage is 889, below the league average. I wouldn't say that's a bad game. They win 4-2 in Vegas. He stops 24 out of 26. Ottawa, 8-10, not great, but he does get the win. Made some good saves when it was 4-2. Maybe not one of his better games. San Jose, 5-4 loss, 848 save percentage. That was the one where he went after a stick in the corner. That was a mistake. I guess you could say he needed another save in that game, but I don't think he was letting in bad goals. LA, 8-1 win. Kind of a lighter night for him, 955 save percentage. Anaheim, if you just looked at the save percentage, it's 750. He faced 4 shots.
Well, he came in
relief. Got beaten. The Toronto game, going back there, 846. Minnesota, he came in relief in that one to allow 2 goals on 9 shots on a night the Oilers were getting beat pretty bad. So that's a look at the last 10 right there. I don't know if I look at any of those and say he was the Oilers' biggest problem. Like that game against Minnesota, they were getting beat. Toronto, they didn't play that well. Anaheim game, he came in relief. San Jose game, okay, yeah, you could argue maybe you need a save.
Yep.
But I don't look at Connor Ingram and saying he's letting in goals that get stopped most of the time. Like some of the goals jar, like we talked about with Dallas. 4 of the first 5 goals Dallas got, you could argue 4 of them should have been saved. The Sam Steele cross ice tap in, okay, he's not stopping that.
Yep.
So now here, and Joaquin made a good point after the game on Friday. Connor Ingram is giving the Oilers normal NHL goaltending, which doesn't have to be spectacular, but it's just stop the ones you're supposed to.
Sure.
And come up big on a couple other occasions, and then hopefully let the offense go to work a little bit. So overall, even though some of those games might look that great, somebody was telling me the stats for the last 10 games and his save percentage isn't very good. I'm like, okay, if you look at each game individually, I don't know if he's had a game that you would consider a total wipeout. You might say there's a game or two where it's like, well, you know what, he needed to be one tier better, but I don't know if Ingram has ever been the main culprit in an Oilers loss, whereas I would think Jari has been on more than one occasion.
No, more than not, Reid, with Tristan Jari, unfortunately.
Right.
But it just hasn't went his way.
So let me ask you this. Is Jari unplayable? I don't know if you and Matt talked about this on Friday.
I said he is. I said, and especially at home. I mean, one bad goal and that crowd turns on you very quick. And I just don't think you need to. Like, we were looking at it. There's only one back-to-back remaining in the season.
Right.
I mean, how many games has Ingram... he's been involved in 21 games since he came here.
Right, and he played, how many in the minors?
But that's not
again?
a big workload. Like Matt was saying, well, you don't want to overwork him leading into the playoffs. Well, he hasn't played that many NHL games.
Played 11 games in the minors.
Right? Ride him. Get him hot. Heading into the playoffs. That's your guy. And I also stated, I'm not sure Tristan Jari's on the bench starting the postseason.
Well, that's another,
as your backup.
Right.
When you've got a guy in Calvin Pickard that's been there, done that, and done it successfully in the playoffs, why not bring that tandem or put that tandem together?
Yeah, but so they play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then they play next Tuesday, next Thursday, next Saturday, and then on the 31st. So they have 7 games in the next 15 days, starting tomorrow. No back-to-backs. I don't know if they're going to start Ingram every game. I bet you he gets 6. I mean, and especially maybe if they're doing well and they bank some points, maybe they find a game for Jari.
Well, of course that could change, Reid. Because if they start banking some points and get themselves into a situation where, okay, they're going to finish in the Pacific, it's just a matter of jockeying for what position.
Right.
I don't think at that point it matters. You just need to be in the Pacific, not in the wild card. Then maybe you could find time or room to try and get Tristan Jari's game back on track.
Right.
Which, yes, that would be great. But from what we've seen, Reid, what would lead anybody to believe that would happen?
Well, because anytime you see something, a little glimmer of hope from Jari, it then reverse. I mean, great. He comes in against Colorado.
Sure.
Tough situation, makes a couple saves, is only beaten once in a period, is the winning goaltender. And then
Can he build
the
off
Dallas game, it's like, what is going on?
Exactly.
780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Remember to go to rivercreeresort.com to check out all the great shows they have coming up, including George Thorogood and the Destroyers back at the venue on March 19th. That would be Thursday already for the Baddest Show on Earth tour. Here comes the Coop.
Leon Draisaitl missed Oilers practice this morning, with Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch noting that Draisaitl might miss some time following his early exit against the Predators yesterday. Knobloch did not provide a timeline for Draisaitl's return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL has announced the hosting cities for the 2028 World Cup of Hockey. Both Edmonton and Calgary will get some action. Calgary to host 7 games in the new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down from Rogers Place. Coming up at 5 o'clock in the NHL on a 5-game slate, 3 games get underway. Kings at Rangers out at MSG. The Bruins dance with the Devils on the road, while the Flames and Red Wings meet from Detroit. In football news, the Associated Press has reported that the Jets have agreed to trade Justin Fields to the Chiefs. New York will get a 6th-rounder in 2027 and will take on $7 million of the $10 million guaranteed to Fields next season. Blue Jays news, Jonathan Clase has been optioned to the AAA Bisons, with the Jays back in action Wednesday against the Baltimore Orioles. To the World Baseball Classic, Italy and Venezuela go at it for potential spot in tomorrow's final. First pitch just after 6, and there's 8 games in the association tonight, including the Lakers and Rockets, tipping off at 7:30. The Reid Wilkins Show continues after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Hangout.
When you have to go up against that,
stacked against you like that.
When you're going up against the Strips who can't even call a clear goaltender interference.
Hold on, I'm a little parched here. I just might have a bit of a sip of
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, fine.
It's very tainted for the next year.
Tainted.
It's gonna whatever you drink out of that, it's gonna taste so bitter.
Yeah.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Spring. Ready to start your spring organizing? Create space in your garage, closets, and basement with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences. Plus, all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
My goodness, we're here. Jay Milne, Reid Wilkins, Zach Kubish is at the technical desk. We're at the Edmonton Sports Talk Global HQ in the Dinner Theater District of Edmonton, as Jason Milne named it. How many dinner theaters are in this district, Jay?
2, Reid.
What are they?
Mayfield.
Yeah.
And I believe there's one called Jubilations.
Is that still going in West Ed?
Sure it is.
Do you remember when the Mayfield Dinner Theater was Stage West?
Yes.
Yeah, we used to go to Stage West when I was a kid.
We used to go there as a family.
It was a fun night.
It was.
The buffet?
Yeah. We'd catch an afternoon show, usually a Sunday.
Yeah, it was fun.
Be great.
Maybe we should go. We should do a show from there with a play in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't talk too loud here. It's a performance on stage.
Well, do you remember the servers who would serve you your drinks, and they were all in character as well? Do you remember that?
I do not remember that.
Yeah, they would usually be in character.
They would try to do something related to the show.
If it was like Grease, they'd all dress up like...
Maybe depending on what the performance was. Yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that.
What? Okay, this is good. What musical theater production would EST be able to do?
Like what musical? So it has to be a musical?
Well,
because
I
have no singing. Not everything at Mayfield's a musical, is it?
I thought they are. I thought they're all musicals.
Well, they don't have any like plays?
I don't think so. I think they're all music. Like,
okay.
It could be like
So you're saying what existing musical?
Sure.
So we have 11 people. Well, cast is going. Well, so we have, we'll say a dozen.
Sure.
So we need a cast of about 12. We can't pull in friends of EST like Evan Dom, who's going to join us at the top.
Well,
of the
maybe
hour.
we could.
What could we do? What's a good cast? Sweeney Todd, the one with the barber.
That would be good. I have history with Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, I could play the plant.
You would make a great Venus flytrap.
I'd make an outstanding. Sorry, a what?
Venus flytrap.
Oh, Venus. Is that a Venus flytrap in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, what about what's that one where it was like the sharks and the
West Side Story.
West Side Story. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Grease would be fun.
Yeah, I guess.
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music. Tom Gazzola would play the title character. Not the title, the main character. Of
course.
The Hills Are Alive.
Lion King?
Oh, Tom Gazzola could play Little Simba. No, Benny would play Simba. Who would play Scar? Probably Lieutenant Eric. Castor says Mayfield Dinner Theater used to bring Hollywood actors for the lead, like Jamie Farr.
Yes, I remember Jamie Farr.
Was there. I think I saw Jackie Mason in something.
I
once.
saw Jamie Farr. That's from MASH, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Klinger. Yeah, that was a big get for them.
What would they do? Just put him up in the Mayfield?
Yeah, I guess you just
Jamie
stay
Farr
there.
would roll out of bed twice a day and go act.
You just eat at the buffet before the show.
What a life.
You don't have to leave the premises.
That would be a life.
Yeah,
Just
why not?
Eat, sleep, breathe, acting.
Yeah.
At Stage West.
At Stage West in Edmonton.
That used to be a rip-roaring bar they had in that hotel, too.
Oh, was it? I
forget what it was called, but it was quite a place happening.
Like, did you go there in university?
No, I've heard about it.
Okay.
I never went there. It was a West End read. I'm a Sherwood Park guy.
Mech says, I think EST can do a rendition of Les Miserables. I've never seen that, play or film.
I don't know what it's about other than it's a man wearing a mask.
The guy who tries to get something and do that.
But he has the thing, the girl,
Yes.
and then the other thing that keeps him from that.
Isn't it Jean Valjean? Isn't that the character in Les Mis?
Well, what is he? An old actor, or like is that character alive, or is it a ghost?
No, I think you're thinking of Phantom of the Opera.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
about.
I think that character was alive too. We could do the Phantom of the Opera.
So what happens in that?
He only has half a face.
Okay.
He's disfigured. You know who did? You know who played the Phantom of the Opera in Toronto?
Are you going to play Terry the Turtle?
I'm pretty sure Paul Stanley.
Really?
Have we not talked about this before?
No.
I'm pretty sure Paul Stanley played the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera in Toronto maybe 25, 30 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Play the Phantom. Yes, Kiss frontman Paul Stanley played the title role in the Toronto production of the Phantom of the Opera in 1999.
So 27 years ago. Amazing.
So did he go?
Did he just
Paul
put
Stanley
makeup
star
on?
makeup?
I don't need the mask.
Yes. Oh, don't worry.
I don't need the mask.
I don't need
I'll
makeup.
I'll just pay myself.
I've got this.
But I don't know. Okay, so several years ago, I still have. I think I don't know. I don't really do it much anymore. But sometimes I would just buy a used book like WeBook In or see something because they'd be $1 or 25 cents. And I think I got a copy of the novel, like a paperback of the Phantom of the Opera. And it was one of those I started, but I never finished it. But I think I still have it. I should finish it because I remember reading it. I was like, this is legitimately a creepy book because the Phantom's all like, people are like, whoa, who's that?
Phantom.
Someone follow me? Like, it was good. I should read that. And then the Phantom's all like, I know who you are, Jason Milne of the Reid Wilkins. He's running down the hallway after you. I know who you are, Jason Milne. And you're like, all that kind of stuff. All right, so the Oilers practicing without Draisaitl today. Connor McDavid saying, well, we got to keep playing better team defense. We've been doing it lately.
Yeah, just a little bit more dug in, I guess. The forward's been good, back checking. The D have been having good gaps and denying the line, and that's a big part of it.
Well, I like that he says denying the line because I've thought they've been guilty of backing in too much at certain times this season.
Well, yeah, they
where
have.
I've wondered why is it a 2-on-2 that results in a shot from the hash marks.
Fun fact: since the addition of Connor Murphy and Jason Dickinson, the Oilers' penalty kill has operated at 82.4%.
Really good PK last night. Got some saves.
Well, and timely. When Trent Frederick's going out and standing up for Leon Draisaitl, and you see the team come together and kill that. I mean, they really didn't generate much on their power plays, but that penalty kill has been operating at a much higher level. Do you think that, because that was a question coming into this, is can two players, one defenseman, one forward, make that much of a difference?
Right.
And ultimately, it looks.
I think Murphy's
like
been good. Dickinson, his faceoffs aren't great. I think he was only 5 out of 14 last night. I didn't bring my sheet in. But I just think they have some positional sense and sense of responsibility that has sometimes been lacking on this team. Well, most of this season, quite frankly. Rob in the Nasty Chat says, didn't Gene Principe have a Phantom of the Opera intro to an Oilers game? Rob, I don't remember, but I would guess yes. Because Gene
Wouldn't
is
surprise
very
anybody.
creative. And that would be fun for Gene to put on the mask and maybe do the voice. Did the Phantom of the Opera wear a cape? I can't remember. All right. We better do the 5 o'clock break. More on the Oilers. Koob has an Oscar surprise for us. Maybe he won an Oscar and we didn't know. Words of the day, and Evan Dom from Sport Edmonton. He's the CEO of Sport Edmonton. I think he'll probably have a reaction to the World Cup of Hockey coming here.
Sure.
They have a new initiative with the Edmonton Federation of Community Leagues as well, all coming up in the final hour.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it. That period plus is the launching point for a good end of the season for Tristan Jarry.
Hire it. Sometimes the best way to get out of a slump for a goaltender is to not be able to have any preparation whatsoever. And just be like, where's my helmet? Do I have my glove? Did I tape my stick? And you're just trying to get
2
out
guys
there.
and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Multi-platinum country superstars High Valley return to the River Cree Resort and Casino March 21st. Don't miss High Valley's signature fusion of contemporary country and traditional bluegrass. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Spring. Ready to start your spring organizing? Create space in your garage, closets, and basement with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl missed morning practice with Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch, noting that Draisaitl might miss some time following his early exit against the Predators yesterday. Knobloch did not provide a timeline for Draisaitl's return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL has announced the hosting cities for the 2028 World Cup of Hockey. Both Edmonton and Calgary will get some action. Calgary to host 7 games from their new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down at Rogers Place. And 3 games go live in the NHL momentarily. Flames at Red Wings, Bruins, and Devils matching up while the Kings and Rangers hit the ice. Blue Jays news. Jonathan Clase has been optioned to the AAA Bisons, with the Jays back in action Wednesday against the Orioles. To the World Baseball Classic, Italy and Venezuela battle for a possible spot in tomorrow's final. First pitch just after 6 o'clock, and on the court, a pair of games get going in the NBA. Atlanta and Orlando tipping off, while the Warriors challenge the Wizards on an 8-game slate. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3, the Reid Wilkins Show, starts right now.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Hope you're having a great Monday. If you have not yet hit the thumbs up on YouTube, please do so. We need 15 thumbs to reach 100. Oh, 13. We got some clickers during the... people were giving your sports update a thumbs up.
I was giving it a thumbs up, too. I thought that was a good one.
We did see, again, somebody in the Nasty Chat today saying, didn't I just hear this 20 minutes ago?
Right.
Yes, Koob does sports updates about every 20 minutes. You and I don't always hit the clock perfectly. But yes, if you hear Koob updating your sports, some of the news items will be the same. Yeah.
Some days are slower
That's the
than
point,
others.
though. So if you missed one at 3:20, you get it at 3:40.
Correct.
That's why we do them thrice an hour.
13 times a day total for me.
So if somebody ever posts in our chat, didn't I just hear this already? A, that's good for us because you're listening for a long period of time. But we don't take that as a concern because, yes, we do want to make sure we're getting the news out there. And how often, I mean, I know with me, I might have the TV on, radio on. I didn't quite hear that. So you need the reinforcement.
I've driven hundreds of kilometers and wondered, where am I?
And you've woken up and you're
And
like,
I
where
come out of it
have I been?
And I'm in Calgary.
Yeah, there's a little gray-faced alien hovering over you.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody
what ship
about
am I
that.
on now? All right, we are going to go to the oil country tour. Speaking of gray-faced aliens,
Oh my.
we're going to go to the oil country towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. He is the CEO of Sport Edmonton. It's our buddy Evan Dom checking in this afternoon. Evan, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
I'm good, you gray-faced alien.
Yeah, there we go. We're all part of the same hive mind.
Sure. Somebody in the Nasty Chat is probably saying, wasn't this guy on some guy named Hernan Salas' show on Friday?
Well, we got other stuff to talk about with you.
There's lots happens.
There's lots to talk about. Look, the CEO of Sport Edmonton, what do you think of the World Cup of Hockey semifinals and final coming here in a couple of years?
I mean, it's huge news for the city and for the province to have both those, the round robin in Calgary, which will be great in its own respect. But if Canada can go on a run at the World Cup of Hockey in a couple of years, there's going to be no place that's better than Edmonton to be. So it's exceptional from that standpoint. Anytime you get the best players in the world together, it's going to be fun to be a part of. And then from a community, angle, I think there's going to be some excellent opportunities to work with the city and with Explorer and with the NHL on some legacy and community-based initiatives in the lead up to that, and then coming out of it as well. So it's all roses, it's all great stuff today for Edmonton, particularly with that World Cup of Hockey news coming out.
Okay, so, and forgive my ignorance here, but
I do often.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's something like this which is big, which is OEG, NHL, NHLPA, all that kind of stuff. And you mentioned some of the organizations. So is this Sport Edmonton's prerogative here would be, okay, let's find a way where this leaves something behind? You know what I mean? Is that now what your angle would be to something like this, or what would it be?
Yeah, we'll work with Explore Edmonton in the city and OEG, hopefully to some extent, all three of those partners in the lead up to this and envision some ways that we can get the community behind it. I mean, there's going to be lots of momentum behind this event regardless, but how can we do it at the grassroots level? How can we do it through the community leagues? And then, the legacy from major events is always a big part of the reason that the city is trying to attract them. So historically, Sport Edmonton has worked with the partners on how do we bring that to life. And, hopefully we'll have a seat at the table as we move forward and think about, the spin-offs of this and what is it going to leave behind? Is it an outdoor rink strategy? Is it a programming strategy? Like what can we do to make sure that the impact of this event doesn't just exist over the course of, a couple of games that are going to be played down at Rogers Place. So we'll certainly be part of that process, I hope. And there's going to be lots of people with lots of ideas, and we'll be one of those entities that's going to be looking to bring our angle to it and make sure that this is a win for Edmonton long term.
Okay, that's good to hear. And something else happened last week. Was this with the Federation of Community Leagues? What's going on here?
Yeah, we signed a partnership with the Federation of Community Leagues, so we're really excited about that. And it's called Play Where You Live. So it's a strategy around how do we get sport and recreation more at the forefront of what the community leagues are going to do. So we've partnered up with them to bring that to life, and that'll be a combination of listening to what the leagues want, talking to sport partners and finding fits for them to deliver sport programming, whether that's a drop-in program or a 6-week program or whatever it may be in a variety of different sports. How can we bring that back to the community league? And there's a lot of barriers to sport participation. This is really focused on kids 10 and under. That's the group we're looking to have an impact with, because sometimes it's hard, whether it's finances, whether it's travel. There's a whole bunch of things that can get in the way of kids being part of the benefits of sport and rec. So we're very excited. Laura over at EFCL has done an awesome job of bringing this to life from their side of things. So we're thrilled to be moving forward with them and starting to reach out to the leagues and to sport partners to see how we make it into the real world.
Evan Dom, CEO of Sport Edmonton, joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. So this partnership, is this because you see all these community leagues and most of them have an outdoor rink, or some of them have an outdoor rink, and a lot of those, to times, at least from what you drive by and look at, they're vacant. So is this an opportunity for, like, let's say somebody's listening and they say, yeah, this is a great idea. Like we'd like to do something. What's the steps involved with these community leagues to then get on the radar so that they can start attracting members from their community to utilize this opportunity?
Yeah, there's going to be lots of layers to it, Jay, and we just had a call this afternoon to talk about how do we get this information to the right people and how do we make it as seamless as possible. The premise behind this is not for EFCL and Sport Edmonton to sit at the top as gatekeepers and make sure that everything flows through us and that we have to get involved in everything. That's called bureaucracy, and we're not in the business of that. What we're in the business of is making connections. So we've opened the door, hopefully. We'll provide some resources to connect people, and whether it's a big or a small project, we'll have varying degrees of influence in it. But what we want to do is just say, hey, these opportunities exist. We're going to give you the resources to make sure you know what's going on. And to your example of, facilities, outdoor rinks, basketball courts, tennis courts, the halls themselves, I think there's an unbelievable opportunity as a city of Edmonton to utilize a unique resource to us, and that's the Community League Network, to alleviate some of the stresses that are on our other recreation facilities. And that's going to be a big point of conversation between Laura and I moving forward, the community leagues, and conversations that I have with counselors as well. It's like, we've got these resources. Let's make sure that everybody knows about them and that we can connect people where there's a fit. So we're going to be working through that as we move through the spring here and into the summer, and then long term as well.
So if people don't know about what's available to them, is this has something broken down in the past with communication, with people not knowing what's in their part of the city to go out and use, whether it's a rec center or you know what I mean? Or people just spending too much time on their phones and not getting off the couch? What's
they spend too much time watching YouTube.
Yeah,
that's the biggest problem.
It really is a problem. Don't stop.
We have to, keep watching YouTube, particularly this program, but we have to come on program shows like this and tell people about it. I mean, I think there's a variety of different factors that have led to, sport and recreation being in the place that it is across the board, whether it's at the community league level or, more generally speaking in terms of, this sort of elite thrust of sport. Sometimes I think you just need to refresh people's memory and say, this is a way to re-engage and reconnect with your community, and these resources are here and these facilities are here. It's got to be a constant messaging campaign. People need to be constantly reminded of things. This is part of it, to reinvigorate it and reshape it a little bit and bring some structure to Sport Edmonton working with the community league. So that's a long-winded way of saying it's a lot of different things, but I think you gotta repeat yourself and make sure that your message is consistent and heard multiple times by people before they sometimes it resonates.
The Coronation Rec Center opened recently, right? You've been there. Can you give people some impressions of this place?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's super impressive. It's connected to Peter Hemingway Pool, so it's a triathlon training center. There's an indoor cycling track. So the Alberta Velodrome Association's based out of there now instead of out at Argyle on the concrete. So it's a world-class facility. It really is, like an indoor cycling track, just some great basketball space, court space. There's an indoor sort of playground space for kids. There's a really nice gym. There's an awesome running track, 333 meters. So it's an awesome facility. I've been there a number of times now myself, just to run around in a circle repeatedly, which sounds like a lot more fun than it is, but it's awesome. I would highly recommend, if you haven't had the chance to go down there, to check it out. It's a beautiful building in a really nice part of the city. And the cool thing for me about the running track is that there's windows along the entire span of it. So you're always looking outside, which is really unique to be able to do that in an indoor setting. So highly recommend getting down there and checking it out, whether you're training for something or you got your family for the weekend and you want to kill some time and get active. It's an awesome place to do it regardless of your age or what activity you're into.
And you wouldn't happen to be training for anything, would you, Mr. Dom?
I'm going to be running a couple, actually. I'm going to do 2 halves this year. I'm going to Vancouver in May, and I'll run the Edmonton half marathon as well in August. So I'm looking forward to both.
Oh, interesting. Well, maybe we'll get some stories about those once you run them. Who knows?
We could do that. And then we could, we should do a running podcast, you, me, and Hernan. How about that?
Does Hernan run?
No, I don't think he runs.
I've never heard
Did he
him
retire?
mention it.
He might have retired.
I've never heard it.
I've never heard him talk about running. We'll try to get that out of him if he does. Yeah.
Jay
ran the half marathon.
Yeah, Jay did too. Yeah, Jay, you
ran
come
the
up.
half.
It could be the 4 of us, and it's 333 meters of nothing. It's just us talking for 1 lap at Coronation.
Yeah, just pass the mic around.
There is something there. There is something there.
There is something there.
But yeah, I don't think Hernan runs. I think that's...
Yeah. Where can people find out more, Evan?
SportEdmonton.com.
Thanks for hopping on, buddy. It's great to see you. All the best.
Anytime, gents. Take care.
All right. Good to see Evan Dom. He's doing great in that role. Still relatively new for him. Like doing some important stuff, like actual concrete stuff. Like not just like, oh, look at some pretty pictures here on Instagram. Like he wants to get out there and have some concrete, legacy things, get people involved, let people know what's going on.
Well, and use what's there.
Right.
You don't need to go to the Seville Center or these fancy basketball centers in Edmonton to play pickup. There's hoops in every community league. Go use them. I mean, that's I hope out of this, that just brings, like he said, kind of brings things to the forefront for people within those community leagues to say, yeah, why don't we run a 3-on-3 tournament this weekend? Sign up here. Yeah, just get kids realizing that you don't always have to go to a pay-to-play kind of situation.
Right.
If you want to play basketball, if you want to play tennis, whatever you want to play, it's usually available within walking distance in Edmonton.
Right. Absolutely. If you're watching us on YouTube, by the way, click the thumbs up. We need 2 thumbs to get to 100. So if you haven't clicked, click. Oilers skating today. Leon Draisaitl not on the ice.
He had his doctor's appointment this morning while we were on the ice. I haven't heard anything since.
Are you prepared to kind of play 2-3 games without him coming up here?
I think there'll be some time without him. I'm not sure if it's 1, 2, or how long it's going to be. But like I said, I don't have much information right now.
Well, he probably does by now, so we might have to find out more at the morning skate tomorrow. Do you get this? Are you worried this is weeks?
No.
Okay.
I'm just thinking they're being... I guess they're taking more time than maybe would be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the training staff said last night he could go, but I think they want to be a little bit more cautious leading up to the playoffs. It's much more valuable to have Leon Draisaitl not coming into the playoffs nicked, or at least in as good of health as he can be, as opposed to trying to rush him back for a game against San Jose in the middle of March.
Right. All right, 780-218-9999. You want to text us? That's the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta, your home for online gaming excitement, featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instance, and sports betting. With the Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up at playalberta.ca. What's your play of the day again, my friend?
Jay's play of the day is Dallas Stars to win and Jason Robertson to score 1 or more goals, boosted to plus 275. You've got 41 minutes to get involved in that play if you want to.
And they still haven't lost in regulation since 3rd week of January or something like that?
14-0-1.
They've won a couple more since they beat the Oilers, or one more?
Yeah, they're doing good.
They're doing okay.
They're doing good.
No, they're playing Utah.
The Mammoth.
They are no pushover.
That's right.
I mean, the Mammoth, I think, well, I mean, they'd also be fourth in the Pacific, but in the Pacific, they'd be 3 points out of first.
Mm-hmm.
In the Central, they're 23 points out of first and 14 points out of third. To me, Utah is kind of one of these like sneaky good teams. You know, Arizona was never that good. They go to Utah. They missed was this their second or third year in Utah already?
Second. Isn't it?
Jeez, I've already lost track
I
of
don't
that.
know.
No, because the first year they didn't have a name.
Right, that's right.
No, last year they didn't have a name.
Utah.
This is the first year they're the Mammoth.
That's right.
34, 27, and 6.
But is
not
that
bad. Plus 20 goal differential, which in the West is pretty good.
Yeah, is that a team that scares you in the playoffs?
Yes, but here's the thing. I think Utah has to stay, for their own sake, they have to stay in that first wild card. Because if Utah gets the winner of the Pacific Division, right now, I think Utah's favored in that series.
Against Anaheim.
Utah, Anaheim, who are you taking? I'm taking Utah.
Yeah, but if it's Utah, Vegas, Utah, Edmonton, you're not taking that.
Well, we'll see. Well, I mean, have you noticed I'm not exactly sold on the Oilers?
True. But
I know there's a lot of runway left. They still play Utah, so we'll
Right.
see how it goes head to head.
I know, and it's a completely different roster, and it's a different team, but this is still a team with the core of this Edmonton Oilers squad is playoff proven.
But here's the thing. If Utah winds up in the Central Division bracket, you're probably writing them off.
Mm-hmm.
If Utah winds up in the Pacific Division bracket, you're probably saying they got as good a chance as anybody.
Well, there's relatively zero chance that they end up anywhere else other than wild card 1.
Well, they could drop down to wild card 2. They could drop down to wild card 2.
But they're not. I mean, they're 14 points behind Minnesota. They're not.
Yeah, they're not getting in the top 3. So Utah's, to me, going to be a wild card team.
Yes, they will be.
But I'm saying for them, it'd be very vital to get wild card 1 because then you're in the Pacific Division. And even if you wind up 6 points behind that, I mean, you could have a better record. Utah could have a better record than the Pacific winner, and have to go on the road to start the series. But even if, to me, Utah finishes, okay, so let's say Anaheim finishes first in the division, and Utah is 6 points behind them. I think Utah's got a great chance.
Sure.
They're an interesting team for me to watch.
But then again, I'm not sold on Anaheim in the playoffs. I would be more confident with Vegas than Anaheim.
Yeah,
for sure.
And see, Vegas isn't the same team to me either than they have been. I mean, maybe it'll just who puts it together down the stretch. And I guess that's the glimmer for the Oilers is what if they actually can play strong defense down the stretch and keep it going. Here's Jason Dickinson.
I think a lot of that is due to checking habits and tracking, getting above quickly, keeping them hemmed into the zone, and honestly, the easiest defense is good offense. So the more time you spend in the O zone, the less time they have with the puck. It's going to usually bode well for you. And back to the tracking, guys have been getting above really well. It creates a great opportunity for D-men to step, create good gaps, and turn pucks over so that we can transition quickly and get back on the offense.
You know what I like from Dickinson? He's well-spoken. He actually talks in concrete terms about defending.
Sure.
Well, I know Connor, we got to dig in. Okay. That's like saying, well, work harder. If you don't know what to do.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like if you went out and played a sport you'd never played and got torched and you came off and I was like, just work harder, Jay. You'd be like, I don't even know where to begin. Like he's actually saying, well, tracking, checking, stuff like that. And yeah, he said, of course, the best defense can be a good offense, but he actually gave concrete examples. Well, if we do this, it makes it easier on the defenseman. Well, we can actually seal something off if we do that. Isn't that encouraging to hear an Oiler talk about that? Other than just saying, well, we got to just prevent fewer goals.
He probably just doesn't know that he's not supposed to talk that.
Or maybe he's not worn down by all us media guys yet.
Hey, Dickie, just settle down, okay, when you're talking to the local media.
Right. Rip City Step says, you want to play a playoff series against Radko Gudas. Fair point. He's a big slab of meat. He might hurt you. He did it to Austin Matthews. I just think Utah, Anaheim, Rip, is Radko Gudas the difference in that series? I don't know. Like, Vizmelka's a good goalie. They got some talent on Utah. Well, Dylan Gunther's there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, don't sleep on the Mammoth. Don't fall asleep on a woolly mammoth. You'll get ticks. All right, we got the Koob, and then we're going to take a break, and then we got more of the Koob. He's fired up.
I'm excited, Koob. I want to know why. What happened?
Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl missed morning practice, with Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch noting that Draisaitl might miss some time following his early exit against the Predators yesterday. Knobloch did not provide a timeline for his return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL, they've announced the hosts for the upcoming 2028 World Cup of Hockey. Both Edmonton and Calgary will get some action. Calgary to host 7 games in their new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down from Rogers Place. And there's 3 games live in the NHL, all midway through the opening frame. Just one with a goal. It's the Bruins up 1-0 over the Devils. David Pastrnak with his 25th of the season. New Jersey to go on the power play. 2-minute advantage for them. It's scoreless between the Kings and Rangers, while it's knotted goose eggs on the board between Detroit and Calgary. Blue Jays news, Jonathan Clase has been optioned to the AAA Bisons. The Jays back in action Wednesday against the Orioles in the World Baseball Classic. Italy and Venezuela battle for a spot in tomorrow's final. First pitch just after 6 o'clock, and on the court there's a pair of games, 8 games slate total in the association. The Magic down by 2 against the Hawks. 5 minutes left to go in the first, and at that same time the Warriors have an 18-17 lead against the Wizards. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces next on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
So let's start with Savoie. I mean, obviously they love him.
Yep.
I mean, he's defensively responsible. He is extremely aggressive in going after the puck. Like, he is a dog on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's earned the look that he's getting right now because of the trust that he's gained from basically everybody on the team all year. He's one of their best defensive
The
forwards.
Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers, but really May brings you...
Mom, I'm home from university.
Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Affordable, convenient, and Canadian storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free, plus students save 10% on continued rental. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Edmonton, be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province. There has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Hot tub peekaboo. Oh. Hey, hey. Hot tub peekaboo.
At Glue Guy's place having some beers.
Hey, hey. Hot tub.
Thanks a lot for joining us. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio, the wing flavor of the month for March. How about this? They want you to dive into it. It's creamy white cheddar.
I'd dive into that.
So you could dive into a vat of creamy white cheddar.
Sign me up.
And then you take a wing and you rub it over yourself. And that's how you get the creamy white cheddar on it. It's rich. That's an awful image. Rich cheese. Somebody's going to go to the Canadian Bureau and be like, so I can order these wings, but can you just put the sauce on the wings?
I don't need the vat.
I don't want to dive into the vat. Rich, cheesy, and smooth, like your favorite white cheddar popcorn. Your white cheddar popcorn. Your white cheddar popcorn.
What is that from?
On a saucy wing. Try them before they're gone. So the announcer at the Oscars last night was Matt Berry.
Okay.
Who played Laszlo on What We'll Be Doing in the Shadows. And he would often speak in odd pronunciations. We are on the island of Manhattan. Yes. Should we go to Brooklyn? Like things like, it's kind of like we do. That was a very bad impersonation. So anyway, we're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. In all seriousness, is this the one you tried, or did you try the one last week?
No,
last month. But we got to go try this. We got half a month. Creamy white cheddar chicken wing. That sounds great. Sounds delicious.
I'd bathe in that.
You got a limerick or two, my friend?
We do. This one is a St. Patrick's Day limerick.
Uh-oh.
From a thief. Okay, do you want me to read both?
What do you mean both?
One has some...
Oh, is there naughty language?
No, just maybe some...
Oh, by the way, we got 100 thumbs on YouTube. That's good work, everybody.
This is the second one.
Well, read the better of the two.
Okay, I'll read the better of the two. So don all your green, take a stance, or a pinch you'll receive. It's your chance. Let the festive night bloom with laughter and gloom as we join in this grand jolly dance.
What were the first two lines?
So don all your green, take a stance.
Oh, that's the first line.
Or a pinch you'll receive. It's your chance.
Okay.
You gonna wear green tomorrow, bruh?
Well, I gotta wear a suit tomorrow.
We should have a green beer on the show. Just a pinch. Just a sampler.
Yeah, I would just need. I don't want to have very much.
Like a splash.
I'd have a splash of beer. I'm not having a full beer on air. That's one rule I've done a pretty good job of sticking to.
That's good.
I had a beer when we were at the was it the MASH last year before the Ford's event with Trey and Tyrell. Where was it called? The MASH off White Ave, the old Bell Bakery. Remember we were there?
I remember being there.
Yeah. But generally, I have a no beer before or during a show policy because I don't want to have a beer and have a really good show and then think like, oh, I can just drink beer all day and do well at my job. Though some people would argue I never do well at my job, which is a perfectly defensible argument. All right, it's time to get fired up, and this is presented by Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, the authorized dealer for Napoleon fireplaces, whether it's gas or wood burning. Look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. So the Oscars were last night. I'm into the Oscars. Well, I'm into movies. Jay, not so much. Koob, what about you?
I enjoy some films from time to time. I like some movies.
So we have to tell people what just happened.
Yeah.
So we look at the Koob.
Yeah.
No,
and this is his segment.
And this is his segment. And he has an entire Kleenex shoved up his right nostril. Because we were talking to each other. We didn't realize he'd left the room. So we looked at him to bring him in, and it's like, Coop, how do you expect us not to... No, you can leave it in. You can leave it in.
When he talks,
you can leave it in.
It blows his Kleenex.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's just I look over
this
with you.
When I get excited, guys.
And Coop's got the... are you actually having a nosebleed?
There was... Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
No,
are you okay?
Just cautionary. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway.
I had to go blow my nose. Blew too hard, maybe. Got excited. I had to run back. I told you guys I'm going to go for a break.
This is already the most Coop segment of all time.
This is my spotlight segment.
On top of that, he had the whole break to go blow his nose. It wasn't until we came back and he's like, "Hey, we're on." But guys, I got to go blow my nose.
Yeah.
I had to get water. I got.
Okay.
You're
okay.
Good.
If I just would have sucked it back in, I just would have. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
I tried.
All right,
I tried.
Coop. Anyway, Oscars, Coop. What are your thoughts, my friend?
Well, I didn't really catch much of the Oscars, but there is a few movies that I had highlighted. Now, I didn't watch some of the bigger ones. Sinners, one battle after another. Frankenstein was up there. But one movie that stood out to me was Marty Supreme.
Why?
It was a vastly popular movie. Timothée Chalamet, he has had quite the year. He's built up his role for himself in front of the big screen, and even, you know, in circles. He's dating a Kardashian as well. It's been a big year for him. And the orange ping pong balls have been a big thing as well. He was on talk shows, very popular on the internet as well. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go watch this movie.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, and it ended up getting 9 Oscar nominations.
Okay. That's good.
And
Pretty good.
How many wins do you think it got?
I know exactly how many it got because I watched. 0.
Got absolutely nothing at the Oscars. Didn't come home with a single award, and that really grinded my gears. And I'm fired up for that because I thought it was an amazing movie. Now, you go to the
But
tomato
it's the
meter.
only Oscar-nominated film you saw. Best Picture.
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
Well, I'm sensing a hole in the argument right there already.
Yeah.
But anyway, please
I didn't
continue.
watch F1, no Hamnet, no Secret Agent, Frankenstein.
Okay.
Didn't watch
All right.
any of the other nominated movies.
You love this movie, which is within your rights. All right. So, sorry. I just wanted to
And it really
interject
is.
there.
I know. There's perhaps a reason why it may have not won a single one, but I thought, wow, that's a lot of nominations to not even bring home a single award. And it might be a bit of a nosebleed that, you know, something trickled out. They didn't get the right picks or whatever, but I thought I'd do justice and look at some of the top nominated movies that came home with awards and also didn't. So Marty Supreme was up for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, Original Screenplay, among other awards as well.
No, I just want to interject here. It is not uncommon for a film to receive many nominations and not win an award, simply because there's other things that are better.
What would the record be for most nominations?
I think he has this.
Oh, really?
I think this was part of his research.
This was, yes.
So maybe Kube is justified here.
Well, going to IMDb and doing a little bit of research, as you noted, there were 2 movies to have got 11 or to get 11 nominations, not bring home a single one, a couple with 10.
What were those 2 movies?
And there was a few with 9 as well, just like Marty Supreme. The 2 movies that got 11 nominations for Oscars were The Turning Point and The Color Purple, and they both did not win a single Oscar. So The Turning Point came out in 1977, and The Color Purple was a 1985 film.
Directed by Spielberg.
Yes, I actually haven't seen either of those movies.
Me neither, Kube.
I don't think I have either, but
it was nominated for 11 Oscars. It didn't win a single one.
What a joke.
I know. Gangs of New York is up there as well. 10 Oscar nominations, not a single win. True Grit in 2010 also got 10 nominations. American Hustle, but that same amount in 2013. The Irishman, I remember this being a controversy. 10 nominations, not a single win as well. And now...
The Irishman stunk. It didn't
too
deserve
long.
an Oscar.
Would have been a good hour, 45-minute movie.
The Irishman was weird.
But it was 3.5 hours.
It's too long.
Too long. CGI'd.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised the Gangs of New York didn't take home an Oscar.
Another Scorsese film.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Cameron Diaz.
The guy I like acting.
Right. That guy.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis. I can't believe I forgot his name.
Yes. So, I don't know. There was the reviews for this Marty Supreme movie, 93% on the tomato meter, 82 on the popcorn meter. The popcorn is a fan rated one, I believe, right? The critic one is a tomato meter. I mean, it was vastly popular, so I'm like, okay, maybe it has a pretty good chance to take home at least one of these awards. I'm not sure if the voters, a part of the committee, the Oscars committee or whatever, who put their name on these ballots, put that in perspective, but it was a vastly popular movie. And for the production company A24, it was the highest grossing film within the country in the United States out of any of their movies that they've created. And I was like, okay, this looks like pretty good numbers. And maybe it was because it was on my feed, but I kept seeing it over and over again. And I was like, this is guaranteed to at least take home one. But no, it didn't turn out to be. So now it's tied seventh for the most nominations without a win.
But I appreciate that you like the film. I appreciate you have passion for that film. That's great. I mean, the Oscars, it's subjectivity. There's voting. And if there are other good movies, they're going to tend to win multiple awards, which means other good movies win none. Right? I'm sure I want to see Marty Supreme. Like, to me, it's about a guy passionate about table tennis. Like, that hooks me right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, and it's real. It's not a comedy. It's like, wait, this was like when I first saw it, I was like, this must be, this is like a real, because it's about him, right?
It's about his life and how he makes
his name
it to
wasn't
these
Marty
tournaments.
Supreme, was it?
His name is Marty. Well, Marty Supreme.
Does
is
he
his
change
actual
it?
name.
Does he change his name?
He does.
Okay,
not.
but anyway. So, but I understand what you're saying, but unfortunately, I mean, there can be only one winner in every category.
Yeah.
So you're up against one battle after another in Sinners, which a lot of people really liked, critically acclaimed. A lot of people within obviously who voted were also winning. So I appreciate your passion, but I got to tell you something, young Coob. Be prepared to keep being disappointed about your favorite films.
I'll continue to be shot down at any time. I want something to win.
I'm glad you saw it and you liked it, though. Did you see it in the theater?
I did.
Yeah.
I went like opening weekend or maybe the week after.
Yeah.
Why are the Oscars bought and paid for? What's going on?
They should have showed it at a table tennis club.
Is there an Oscar, kind of a subgroup that just pulls all the strings?
Well, the Academy votes, right? I can't remember how many people are in the Academy, but a lot of people vote. So I just think,
and it's not really like the highest grossing film.
No, not at all. I mean, if you and I made a film that hardly anybody saw, but we showed it to the people in the Academy and got it nominated, and then it'd be like, okay, here's a movie that didn't do well at the box office or didn't get a lot of play, but it's a great movie.
So what is an Oscar? It's the best movie of the year?
There's different categories. You know what the Oscars are.
Oh, Reid,
You can't play this dumb card with me.
Reid,
I know you know what the Academy Awards are.
Yes, but is it celebrating? So this is the best movie of the year that was awarded last night.
Among other things, yes.
But wouldn't the best movie of the year be the highest grossing in terms of revenue from the box office? Like, isn't that simple? Okay.
Well, does that mean Drake is the best artist of all time because he made the most money out of anybody else?
Drake has not made the most money out of any rapper.
Yes.
This year?
All time.
I mean, year to year. Like, this isn't all-time movies.
So here's what it says on good old Wikipedia. And they usually do a pretty good job compiling things.
Sure.
The Academy Awards, commonly known as the Oscars, are awards for artistic and technical merit in film. They are presented annually by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in the United States in recognition of excellence in cinematic achievements as assessed by the Academy's voting membership. So it's filmmakers, film people voting on films.
Okay? So this Academy, probably it's the same Academy that kept Bill Belichick out of the
it's the
Football Hall of Fame.
It's the exact same people.
Now it makes
it's
sense.
exactly the same group of people. Right. Yeah, exactly.
So they don't use common sense.
That's good.
I'm
fine with Belichick not being in, first of all.
Well, you hate Boston.
True, but not my only reason for Belichick not being in. So there are as of 2024, there were over 9,900 voting members. Okay.
Too many.
So a lot of people vote. So the winners would have, I know there are always stories like, well, people, do they watch everything or whatever? I get that. But I still think that if a film or a person has won an Academy Award, it's been heavily scrutinized by people who know about the filmmaking industry. Now, I understand your argument, Jay. If you and I made a movie and it makes $4 billion in a year and the next best film makes $500 million, how is ours not the best film of the year?
Well,
but
it is.
But it's not the most. There's a difference between the most popular and the best.
Is there?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, they did a good job, I guess, promoting it as well.
So
and
of
I'm
these
now
movies,
a film critic.
Which one made the most money? Do we know?
That is a great
Probably
question.
one battle after another, I would guess. Probably maybe Sinners, actually.
Let
me see. Sinners box office.
So who won, by the way? What picture won?
One battle after another. Remember, that's the one Honorite told me to go see. Sinners made $370 million at the box office. One battle after another made $209 million.
So they screwed up.
Yeah, but they didn't screw up because I've only seen those two movies. One Battle After Another is a better movie than Sinners. It's more entertaining, and it's just a more cohesive all-together film front to back. I was talking about Sinners last week with you. And when they brought in the vampires, it just, to me, almost virtually fell apart.
So it grossed higher in sales because of like expectations, or
could be time of the year it came out. It was out longer. It came out in March.
Did Titanic win an Oscar?
Titanic won Best Picture. Yes.
Okay.
Won quite a few, actually.
Did Shawshank Redemption win an Oscar?
It did not. No.
I guess it did. It didn't win Best Picture. What year was Shawshank again?
95. Received 7 Academy
94.
Award nominations.
It was up. It lost to
94.
Forrest Gump.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, those are two bangers.
True.
Did Shawshank win any Oscars? Maybe it didn't.
No, it did not win a single one. It says 7 nominations, 0 awards.
But if you're going up against Forrest Gump, which is, I mean, isn't Forrest Gump considered one of the
that'd be a very
movies?
good movie.
True.
Shawshank's usually on a lot of people's lists.
That was a good
in the
year.
top 10.
Who else was in that?
That was a great year. Forrest Gump, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Pulp Fiction, Quiz Show, and Shawshank Redemption.
Wow.
Like that's a pretty good list. And this was when they only nominated 5.
That sounds like the good old days.
Those were the good old days.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Koob, I appreciate your passion for Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
I don't take it personally that it didn't win anything.
Oh, that's okay. I will sleep tonight for sure.
All right. And we got words of the day coming up.
Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl missed morning skate with the Oilers. Head coach Chris Knobloch noting that Draisaitl might miss some time following his early exit against the Predators. Yesterday, Knobloch did not provide a timeline for his return, but stated that, quote, there will be some time without him. Meanwhile, the NHL has announced their hosting cities for the 2028 World Cup of Hockey. Both Edmonton and Calgary will get some action. Calgary to host 7 games in their new arena, with the semifinals and finals going down from Rogers Place. 3 games live in the NHL. About 2 minutes left in the first period between the Bruins and Devils. Boston up 2-0. On that first intermission, the Kings have a 1-0 lead over the Rangers. Drew Doughty with his 5th of the season. Well, out in Detroit, Calgary up off the stick of Morgan Frost, his 15th of the year. Blue Jays news, Jonathan Clase has been optioned to the AAA Bisons, with the Jays back in action Wednesday against Baltimore to the World Baseball Classic. Italy, Venezuela battle for a possible spot in tomorrow's final. First pitch just after 6 o'clock. And in the association, a total of 8 games on the docket. 4 games underway. Early second quarter, Hawks up 40-25 over the Magic, while the Warriors have a 43-27 lead over the Wizards. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Afternoons.
Let's get to the hit walk. To me, this is just a hockey hit. These hits happen in every game.
Look, he could have really hit him, but shoulder on shoulder. I think Leon was kind of in an awkward position because he was fending off one guy, and this is a hockey play.
This has nothing to do with protecting the Stars. Stars are allowed to get hit. What is Ozzy Weisblatt supposed to do? Oh, it's Leon, so I can't hit him? Get out of here with that.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Multi-platinum country superstars High Valley return to the River Cree Resort and Casino March 21st. Don't miss High Valley's signature fusion of contemporary country and traditional bluegrass. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. They're turning 20 this year. Over $1 million in prizes, including 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. Go to rivercreeresort.com. Okay, before words of the day, because we're talking movies, give me a movie trivia card here, day after the Oscars.
What brothers directed Dumb and Dumber 2, Shallow Hal?
Farrelly brothers.
Where must Frodo go to destroy the One Ring?
Mount Doom.
Who plays Dorothy in the 1939 version of The Wizard of Oz?
Garland.
Judy or Connor?
Judy.
What is Bruce Willis's job in The Fifth Element before he is reinstated in the military?
Oh. Private detective? I don't know.
Cab driver.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Good job. 3 out of 4.
There's only 4 on there?
Yeah.
That's sad.
They cheaped out. Not like Canadian history.
Yeah, they got 6 on a card. Words of the day presented by Edmonton Public Library, EPL.ca. You can also learn more about how EPL protects your freedom to read at intellectualfreedom.ca.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Fifth Element, that's in the future, eh?
What again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you
Is it on
speak
another
it?
planet, too? I can't remember.
Then you know what I'm saying.
Last minute limerick here from Jeff and YYZ. I know we got to get after it. I crossed the Pacific to Palau to engage in some hockey game. Wow. But no rink left me queasy, so I sailed onward to Fiji while watching highlights in the ship's prow.
Very good.
Good job.
Very good.
Okay, these words of the day come in from a Bootski. First word of the day, elucidate. Elucidate.
E-L-U-C-I-D-A-T-E.
Dun, da, da, da.
And I will say this is to explain something to an ignorant person.
Incorrect.
Okay.
The report, this is it in a sentence. The report aims to elucidate the main points of the new regulations.
To lay out in detail?
Sure. To make something clear, throw light upon, or explain something.
Okay.
Second word of the day, Mirren.
Oh my goodness, like Helen?
Mirren.
Mirren. This is a tough one.
This is a noun. Mirren.
All right, I'm just going to take a stab at it because I know we're getting tight for time here anyway. M-Y-R-E-N. Okay.
M-I-R-I-N.
Oh, wow. I need a... Is it a type of noodle?
Close. Mirin is used frequently in Japanese cooking as an ingredient in sauces.
Oh, well, I don't know exactly what it would be, though. Is it some kind of an oil or a fish extract or something?
No.
Okay.
Mirin is a sweet Japanese cooking wine.
Oh, neat.
Made from fermented rice.
Okay. I took a stab at it.
Not bad. 1.5 out of 4.
I think my elucidate, my first one was closer than half a point. I specifically specified to explain something in detail to the ignorant. I should have just said to explain something in detail, and then you would have given it to me.
1.8 out of 4.
That's fair. That's fair.
There we go.
And you can give me the back half of the card off air, please.
Of course. Anything for you, Reid.
Game day tomorrow against the Sharks. 6 a.m. Nielsen
We're
show.
going to be here till 9.
Gets us going. On behalf of Zachary Kubish, Zachary Supreme, as we call him, and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Have a good evening.